Hello, welcome to podcast number 67!
67!
We're going to be catching up on the recent film and TV shows we've watched before going over the latest film news. In the second part of the podcast, we're going to be discussing Alien 3 and whether we still think it's a good or a bad film.
No, that's not the title. The title is Alien 3 and why it's a good film.
So we're going to be discussing
So if we
why it
disagree-
is a good or a bad film.
We should just go now.
And in the third part, you know how it is. We're going to be answering your questions. Iain, Andy, always great to have you here.
Yeah.
Guys listening, I do apologise that we may have yet missed another podcast last month.
Well, I'll go first because I know we like to do this. But yes, we missed the podcast last month, but Gary and I have been incredibly busy over the last 4 to 8 weeks.
4 to 2 months.
Like between my work and then balancing it with the weekly film reviews that we've had to do. Then on top of that, we've been trying to fit in our Halloween film reviews that we've been getting in. So we've been trying to knock out almost 2 to 3 recordings per week.
Yeah,
while
that's
also
right.
I've been working, while also Gary was streaming when he can, and you know, we were just trying to balance everything. And it got to the point it was so hot as well that we just looked at it and said, look, we can try and get a podcast in, but none of us really had a theme. We had some ideas, but at the same time, some of us were talking working so hard at that point. They're trying to talk as well. We were just like, screw it. So, personally, from my point, sorry that we had to not do a podcast, but I had family down as well for a few weeks as well. I've just had my granddaughter's down for 2
Summer
weeks.
holidays, man. Yeah.
That was just full on. Loved it. Had an absolutely great time with them. Obviously went out with the wife, went out with the son, did a bunch of other stuff while also trying to record weekly reviews and edit and do the Halloween reviews. Last week, I had Jay Hines from the Discord and from the chat come down for a week and hang out with us because obviously we've been chatting to Jay for a number of years now since obviously he's been hanging out with the Off the Shelf Reviews crew. And so for a year, I'd actually had to try to plan on how to get him down and what was the best time and the best window, and we organized all this stuff. I managed to take him to where I work with the cinema screen and got him to be able to watch the Evil Dead trilogy, all 3 movies back to back. He doesn't like Army of Darkness. What?
He's not allowed down again.
I almost fucking banned him from the Discord for that. I was like, why'd you tell me that now? You know, I wouldn't have minded if he said, look, I'll watch Evil Dead 1 and 2 and then can we watch another film of my choice? But he didn't. He said, let's do the trilogy. Let's build up the trilogy. And then just as I'm putting Army of Darkness in, he goes, actually, Ian, I don't like this one. But what was really cool is that he'd sat
I love what you were like, too fucking late.
Yeah, I was like, mate, we're here.
Still made him watch it though.
Yeah, because we've just finished Evil Dead 2. You've just finished on Evil Dead 2's ending. You've got to do, and I even said it to him, is that, look,
Fuck, dude, I love Army of Darkness. You're gonna fucking sell me.
the ash we've got in Army of Darkness is the ash that we've got throughout the rest of the series. Watching Evil Dead 1 with Jay was funny because, you know, it was like listening to director's commentary. You know how we went and watched Army of Darkness and we talked all the way through it?
Yeah,
and I took my friend Adrian, we watched Starship Troopers, we talked all the way through that. And I love talking because
Yeah,
it's
but you're
just me and
supposed
the
to do
other
that with a
person.
film you know fucking backwards.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
We sat down and Jay just starts talking to me about all these things from Evil Dead. And I knew most of them anyway, but I just let him talk because I was loving watching the film and listening to him get all excited. And he goes, why am I telling you this, Ian? You already know this. I'm like, man, you're happy.
Yeah.
Just do what you did. And we watched the entire movie.
That's class.
So I'm just going to knock out a couple of things that I've done over the time because obviously quite a lot of things done, but most of them, a few important ones, right? So I completed Arkham Knight of the Arkham Batman trilogy.
Nice.
Now, man, I will go on a limb and say that was probably my favorite and best Batman game that they've made
Well, the trilogy.
out of the trilogy. Being
Quadrilogy, sorry.
being able to stand in the entire
Wait, sorry,
city.
because this is the Switch collection.
This
right?
was the Switch
So
collection.
is this Arkham City, Arkham Knight,
Yeah.
or has it got Origins as well?
It hasn't got origins, no.
Man, Origins is an unsung fucking gem.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't realise it was the
But-
4th one.
But
Yeah, Origins is actually
I-
really good.
Okay.
but doing
It's just
that,
because it's not Hamill and, you know,
but
so it's
doing
like,
that Arkham arc was really good because it's just been building up since Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. I always believed Arkham City was my favorite, and I heard all the bad press for Arkham Knight, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to finally complete it. I 100%ed it. I even got all 240 odd Riddler trophies and captured him, right? Mainly because I love the way.
So you got to see him in his orc killer can at the
I
end,
did.
right?
It was great.
So fucked up.
It was so messed up, and I was so
I remember
determined.
doing it on the Xbox the first time going. I was like, "That's what I've got, motherfucker."
I was collecting all the trophies, and he's just ridiculing me all the way through the game, and I'm like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you when I get to you, because I've done all of the other storylines up to that point. And I've got to say, they were absolutely brilliant. There was a beautiful one with Mr. Freeze and his wife Nora. And she gets captured and taken out of her cryogenics. And she doesn't want to be put back in because she wants to spend her last hours with her husband. And so the two of them decide that they're going to leave. And I was like, that's a really good story. Same with Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy, sacrificed herself to actually save the city so you could defeat Scarecrow. All these little things. Scarecrow gets the information to find out who Batman is.
Spoilers on this 10-year-old game.
And releases it to the city. So the city knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Yeah, and so that it activates basically the Nightfall protocol, which you could do at any point. Once you've completed the game, you just go there and you just activate it and it's done. But if you 100% the game, you get this extra little sequence at the end. And as I was doing
it... It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's kind of like
it's weirder now that we know we've never had a follow-up to it. So it's kind of like, nah.
Well, actually, I like to think that, it was... you've got those vigilante groups that run around like Batman.
Yeah, someone taking up the mantle,
It's just somebody taking up the mantle. What really got me, and I got quite emotional with it, was each one of the games had ended with dedicated to Kevin Conroy at the end, right? And I'd done the first two, and then when I was doing the third one, I was getting everything finished, and then I walked into the mansion as Batman, Bruce Wayne, taking off the helmet, and the mansion exploded. The game ends, and it does the little sequence, and then it says, once again, dedicated to Kevin Conroy, and I was just like, had settled in then that was it. My Batman's kind of gone now. The Batman I watched as a kid, the Batman that's been voicing all of the great games, he's not going to be voicing anymore. Yeah, it's just going to be a new Batman. And so I was like, you know what? That's amazing. I just love that trilogy now.
There's a big line drawn under it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm glad that you like Night, because Night got some fucking unfair shit thrown its way. Don't get me wrong, it didn't help when they were like Rocksteady, were like, we've introduced this new character, Arkham Knight. He's not even decent. No one's seen this before, and everyone was like, it's Jason Todd. And they're like, no.
That was it.
And then he's like, it's Jason Todd. And it was Jason Todd, and it was that sort of fine, whatever. Yeah. But the thing that was underrated was the Batmobile shit. I really enjoyed the fucking Batmobile.
After a while,
that's what put me off.
Do you know? I actually like those tank battles.
After a while, when you realise that you kind of had to do it. After a while, you're like you learn the controls.
You make that bitch dance, don't you?
Oh man! Oh yeah! You can make her drive up walls and shit. Different ways of trying to get the Riddler trophy. The most amazing thing I found at the end of that game was going into Dylan found it for me, my son. He found the settings where you could change the Batmobile and the Batman.
Skins. Yeah.
So I dressed up as 1989 Batman,
100%.
climbed inside the 1966 Batmobile, and let Kevin Conroy do the voice as I drove it. I was just
3 different eras of Batman in one.
It's great because you can use a lot of the skins on like the time trials. You can't use all of them because not all of them transform into the tank.
Yeah,
there's some fucking great content.
My second thing I want to talk about is the Indian series on Netflix. Jesus Christ! I left my icon.
Get a drink.
I'm not going to go fully into it, but I'll just give you the baseline. I left my Netflix menu on this one film called Indian, and like Netflix does, it showed me a sneak preview, and it was possibly one of the worst fight sequences that I'd ever seen put to screen, and I couldn't help but laugh. And so I only watched this like a movie like a week or so ago, and it's from 1996, and it's an Indian movie. It's 3 hours long, and it follows this Indian special forces police officer, this old man who's going around and he's stabbing, not just knifing, properly stabbing and shanking corrupt officials around the city. Okay, it's your typical
3 different verbs there for essentially the same action.
Yeah, mate. When you see how many times you're like,
it's not a shank.
Why is he doing this?
It's a stab.
It's a stabbing motion. Like a lot of people mentioned about RRR when that came out on Netflix, and I never watched that because I thought why would we watch these silly Indian movies? It's just so crazy. And then I watched one. I'm like, why aren't we watching more of these movies?
That's why.
Yeah, mate.
It's pretty good.
I was dying all the way through it. And then this week, like I said, when friend Jay came down to stay, fucking Indian 2 Zero Tolerance was dropped, and you should, like, everyone else was like,
Zero Tolerance.
Wolverine and Deadpool's out. Alien Romulus is out. And I'm like, fuck those movies. I need to see Indian 2. And so I watched it, and it's an updated 2024 version of the movie where they bring that character back. I could spoil it, and I will spoil it if people want to ask me stuff about it on the Discord. But at the same time, if you get a chance, just go on your Netflix,
is there a character
flick
limit
through,
on the Discord?
watch a few bits of it, and just ask yourself if it's funny enough to watch it. It's oh my god, it was insane. It's just insane. The last thing I want to talk about before I pass it back on is I want to talk about a book that I got, which was called Echoes of Eternity, which is the 61st book in the Horus Heresy series that I've been following for almost 15 years now. And it is, I want to call it like the penultimate book, because the last 3 books are like their own series.
Is this the longest running book series of all time now?
There's probably more like
probably bigger ones.
It's been going for a while, man. But it's more like this last bit before it's built up to the like Siege on Terror is. They've not been fucking about with that, have they?
No,
really,
no.
Like, they're like, we're still doing stuff. There's still money.
There's still money. They're still making models.
There's still story though.
But the books are so good, because obviously if you follow Warhammer 40,000 and Horus Heresy and all that kind of stuff, you know, it builds up to this massive battle between Space Marines fighting on Earth and the Emperor of Mankind, the demigod, I suppose, the leader or the savior of the human race, fighting against one of his own genetically modified superhuman son weapons, Horus, who's been corrupted by all the powers of the evil galaxy and whatnot.
He's the good guy.
He's not the good guy. You ask all the people that he fucking massacred on the way to Earth if he's the fucking good guy.
You're right. The Emperor and the Imperium are completely clean.
I didn't say that, but without them, Horus would still be a mewling little ball of pus in a jar somewhere and not be made. Anyway, what I'm saying is that
just like Superman 4.
I finished it, right, and I really wanted to talk to people about this one bit that happened in the book. Like I said, the books, I've been following these books for 15 years. They've got some amazing characters in there. There's multiple different authors that have been writing all the different stories. And there's one guy, Dan Abnett, who's an absolutely amazing writer, who's been keeping
started it as well.
The core of the story going throughout so it doesn't deviate. He isn't trying to do a Ridley Scott with it. Sorry. And he's writing.
This is going to be the new Ghostbusters Afterlife.
It is going to be the new Ghostbusters. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Anyway, we're in this point of the story where the loyalist troops are literally falling back to the very gates before the Emperor's palace. They are being forced back by millions upon millions of demons and monsters and rebel troops and titans and space marines. They are literally just falling back. Anyway, there was this one world eater called Kargon. Right, I hadn't heard about him throughout the other 60 odd books that I've read, but here he is on Terra. He's managed to pick up Kharn the Betrayer's axe. Kharn the Betrayer had been, the book before, had been cut into, well, had his arms and legs cut off, right, and lost his weapons.
Tis but a scratch.
Tis but a scratch. I felt like he was going to do that. And Kargon has picked up this axe, and we're following him, and because he's a world eater and all they know is blood and violence and aggression, every now and again you get these really kind of good insights into his mind and what he remembers and how he got there and what he wants to do. And, you know, he knows he's evil, but he can't help himself because he's a world eater. And then every now and again, it's literally, you just see sections where it's like, blood, fight, run, kill, maim. You're reading it like, whoa, this guy's just murdering his way.
Someone needed to get the word count up on their fucking novel.
Yeah, right. So he comes up.
Kill my bear. Fucking copy and paste.
So he comes up against
9 chapters.
He comes up against this blood angel called Ammon, who turns out to be like the future chapter master of the Flesh Terrors. Right? Now the Flesh Terrors are blood angels, space marines who eat their dead, because that's what they kind of like to do.
They're the good guys.
They're the good guys. Kargon and Ammon had this relationship before the two of them had split up, where the two of them liked to fight side by side and take on multiple different enemies. They called each other chain brothers. They'd wear this chain and they'd always be at hand-to-hand close. So Kargon has gone through the fight on Terra and he's looking for Ammon, right? Ammon catches up with him. It was just so
Sorry,
good.
spoilers at this point.
Spoilers, yeah.
Like,
Well, fucking read 61 books and get to it. But,
someone asked. They've just read the first 2. Can they not just jump straight to 63? Is it? Like,
no, you can't. You kind of really need to also to build up for it. It's like a whole thing. You
just
need
wiki
to go
him.
for it. No, don't. Anyway, there was just this amazing bit where Cargon, like I said, he's completely just red eyes. He's worldy. He's crazed. He's throwing himself at Ammon, right? And he's just using pure force, just fighting hit after hit after hit. Ammon, however, is a conditioned weapon, and so he knows how Cargon fights. Cargon has no mental thought when he's fighting. Ammon has it all, and so he just step back, dodge, and Cargon is just getting more and more angry. He won't fight, fight me, right? He's screaming.
You got Gorechild at this point.
Yeah, Gorechild, yeah. Ammon at this one point steps out of the side on this lunge, as it's described. He lunges forward, Cargon oversteps, overbalances. Ammon turns around to him, grabs the back of his head, kicks him to his knee, pulls a knife across his neck and goes, "Eat shit, traitor," and just slits his throat and throws into the dirt. This guy had fought his way across the entire planet just to get outstepped. And it throat slit. And when I read that, "Eat shit, traitor," it was amazing. What was even better, right?
Badass.
He didn't die. Cargon didn't die at that port. He still gets up. He still fights through. He can't speak now because of his throat. He's barely just holding his throat together. He finally again meets up with Ammon. And Ammon's just like, "I told you to eat shit, traitor," and cuts his fucking arms off. I'm like,
That's as you do.
I'm like, it's just the vision, the detail, and with all of this millions of stuff going on, all the different fights. You want to see everything that's going on in the war. And then you just see these 2 space marines with a bit of emotional bearing on their character, giving you a bit of history, giving you the fight, and then 2 major bits. I was just like, man, you imagine putting that on screen and just watching the Space Marine just go blood spurt. Brilliant. Yeah, I'll pass on. I'm
That's what
done.
it's building for, man. That's what it's building for,
Yeah. Well, if Amazon and whatever, if Games Workshop can work their shit out, they're running out of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, might get Cavill fucking screaming "Eat shit, traitor" or something at some point.
Yeah,
that'd be fucking sweet. I mean, say about video games, I think I've put nearly 70 hours now into Ghost of Tsushima on the PS5.
If you put 5, I'd be a bit worried.
It's fucking great.
Yeah,
I mean, I finished it to the point where I'm like, I was literally playing it today, just running around like a lunatic, going, "Is that a Mongol? Well, fuck you!" Just annihilating them. Oh, it's the best fucking stealth game I've ever played. I've got to admit, it's phenomenal. I mean, it looks great. Games look great these days.
Yeah.
There's a few minor things about some of the cutscenes that I didn't like about the way they changed what you're wearing, but everything about it it's got the best stealth mechanics of any game I've ever played, just bar none. It's got brilliant sort of aggression systems. The weapons that you use when you start incorporating the ghost weapons and techniques just make for incredibly creative. You find yourself kind of how am I going to kill these 20 guys?
Yeah.
And it's not how do I fight them? It's what creative way can I think of to annihilate you?
Did you never play Dishonored?
Yeah.
The Dishonored series, kind of like that as well.
Same
Once you
kind
get
of
everything
thing,
unlocked, you look at a group and you're like...
Yeah, it's kind of
"You're all gonna die."
where you have to almost play with the difficulty a lot, I found, because there's some parts of it that could be quite like some of the one-on-one duels where it's just you dueling with someone, where it's just you and your sword, could be "Fuck, this guy won't die," that's quite difficult. And then there were points where I had to put the difficulty up because I was I just killed 30 Mongols. I think blink.
Yeah.
So I probably need to next time I go into an encampment, I probably need to change that. But yeah, it's phenomenal. If you can play it on the PS5, I think that version you get just naturally all the DLC with it as well.
Okay.
And the DLC that you've got on another little island is very much worth the additional abilities that you get from it.
Yeah.
Fantastic, brilliant game. Can't wait for it. Unless Space Marine 2, when that comes out, is better, that would be my game of the year, to be honest, even if it wasn't this year. Couple little bits. I know you've probably got on the same list. I know we both said we saw Twisters. I saw it in '96 or whatever it was when it came out. It's the same fucking movie, but whatever.
I prefer Titty Twisters myself.
I love Titty Twisters. There you go. But I watched Baghead. That wasn't good.
Really?
Is that
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's the person in the chair underneath the pub.
Yeah, it's someone squashed three different.
Yeah.
It's like someone watched Barbarian and Talk to Me, and kind of went, we can make a film out of this.
It looked interesting, but
it did look interesting. It's badly executed, dude. It really is. I watched Abigail and I enjoyed Abigail a lot more. I wish I never knew anything about it because it's.
Yeah, it was hard to stay away from.
I don't think you could advertise that movie without spoiling the premise.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'd be like, why the fuck am I going to see this movie about some poor little girl that gets kidnapped?
But
it was a fun movie. You know, it didn't really do anything too egregious. It was just, this is a good bit of...
It was entertaining while it was on,
top,
forgettable.
My kid, Jessica watched it with me. It's like gory without being... visceral.
It's just people... Well, I mean, people explode. It's just blood.
It's just red everywhere.
So it's not fantastic then?
It is when you're watching it.
Oh, okay.
But, it's toothless, 2 weeks later when you're like, what happened in it again? I don't know.
Cobra Kai, saw the first part of season 5.
I've actually not watched any of it.
Neither have I. I'm waiting.
Do
you know what?
Parts.
It's probably worth saving it for, because if you watch this first part, and I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but because obviously you know how the last season ended.
Yeah.
This is going to sound really stupid, but the best thing I can compare it to is when WCW went out of business and WWE had to make their own competition and it wasn't as good. So you've got now the Miyagi-Do dojo, but everyone's in it. There's no conflict.
Yeah. So everybody's working together.
Now they're obviously going off to the international tournament, which is talked about at the end of the last season.
But it's going to be the big finale, I'd imagine.
So the conflict is who in Miyagi-Do is going to go. Right. So it's them fighting each other before that. Now, obviously, there is then more drama brought in with Cobra Kai,
with Silver's crew who are building up for it as well.
I don't want to spoil it, but not quite. But basically,
well, you can see the
that's what's building up.
So this builds up to them basically selecting their tournament goers and getting to the tournament. And there is a little bit. Don't get me wrong. In the last episode, there's a bit of a that's cool. Kind of saw it coming. But what I would say is there's.
Can I ask? Is the tournament happened yet?
No.
Or is it?
They've literally. You literally end on them at the tournament.
Okay. Which is coming, I think, in December.
There's a very interesting. Yeah. There's an interesting subplot about Mr. Miyagi and about his time in the States, where he might not have been the law-abiding citizen that everyone thinks he is.
Honestly, there was that whole time that he fucking worked with Red Fox.
Well, but I think that's how they're going to pull Jackie Chan into it.
Oh, really?
I think so, because they've already done that. They showed it, didn't they? That he was going to be in it. They had that trailer.
Did they?
Yeah, there was a fucking video on YouTube of Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan saying about how they're going to work together.
When was that?
Oh, it was ages ago.
I mean, he's just...
Maybe it was a fever dream.
I was going to say,
I definitely saw
you have to be careful. Wow. Jackie Chan's kind of dropped himself in a little bit of hot water at the moment. Supposedly, we saw...
Was this another stunt gone wrong?
One of the Discord users dropped it on there a couple of days ago. I don't know how old this tweet is, but he put out a tweet in Chinese, and then it translated to him talking about the passing of one of his friends. But that friend passed away like 2 years ago and wasn't reported because they believe it was COVID related, and obviously they didn't want to bring any bad press to it. So now it's come out, and people are like, well, hold on a minute, how come nobody's talked about this in 2 years, and why are you only dropping it now? But at the same time, I didn't really look into it because obviously Jackie Chan's had all that stuff going on with his son and his daughter that he's not paying money for, and they've kind of left him. And I love Jackie, but at the same time, I'm like,
I didn't know anything about it.
Sometimes it's like just fucking better off. That's their business.
All the stuff. Sometimes all the stuff that happens in Johnny.
That's how they'll pull him in. Is I think it will turn out that this Miyagi wasn't, Daniel's mentor. I think it's going to be like, it's his brother, and they'll use him as the other, from the other Karate Kid movie. As long as they keep Jade now, that's what I care about.
Yeah, I was going to say,
but so it was kind of like, it was a bit lackluster as a start because, like I said, they kind of had to create their own drama. But there was a point in it where someone was talking about like, I'm watching it and I'm like kind of watching the kids kind of go at it. Dude, fucking couple of seasons ago, you were kicking each other off of balconies.
Yeah,
and now you're all pally and there's like a bit where Johnny's trying to create tension in the group, and it's kind of a bit lame. I'm just.
Do you think they've worn it out?
I think they might have. But hey, listen. Hopefully now they finish strong. It's just maybe it was just they couldn't get it.
Yeah, maybe.
Look, without spoiling, Mike Barnes comes back in for this.
Nice.
And there's we get a little bit of a face off of him and Johnny finally and stuff. It's a bit of a weird fight because there's an air of like, well, someone could die if you do that. it's a bit weird that like what? So one of you's gonna kill the other or something? So you're kind of watching it like okay,
it might work in the greater.
Like I said, when
you,
it's probably not a bad idea that you watch it when it's all out, but I think you might find that initial start of it is a bit like, all right, is this what we're doing? All right, we're just fucking. I know it's fictional, but you can't. We're just fucking making it up now, right? Like, but I started watching Eric on Netflix. Very good so far. I'm only 3 episodes in, but I'm really enjoying that. That's,
definitely recommend Eric.
Go watch.
But Benedict Cumberbatch. It's a very good sort of crime drama, I suppose, for lack of a better word. Where they very much keep fucking no one's immune from suspicion in that bitch, and I love series like that because it always takes you to the end to work it out. Deadpool and Wolverine, obviously.
Yes, let's talk about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Because
the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. It just surpassed Joker for the number 1 spot as the highest grossing R-rated film.
1.04 billion, I think I saw today.
And it's still making money right now.
The weekend it came out, me and my wife took a trip. It's just us. We went to Cardiff, which was great. I fucking love Cardiff. It's such a great town to just like have a nice like weekend out and stuff. We're down by the bay, and then you go into the city centre and stuff. But like where we were staying, it was a great hotel, and you walk through this little like mini mall stuff, like Capital. You know the radio station, like Capital FM or something. It's like there. That's where they are.
It's still radio?
Yeah, right. Well, Donna had to point it out to me. But there's an Odeon in there. Nice. And we're walking through, and I was like, you know, Deadpool's out. Like, she's like, no fucking way. I was like, all right, well, you don't know, you don't ask. Like, But so I got to see it, luckily, sort of like, say, Wednesday, Thursday of that week when I got back. Fucking hell, man. If I hadn't have, through social media, I basically would have seen most of the movie without context.
Totally,
right now. It's fucking
I managed to go 3 weeks with only one spoiler, and that was that there was an X-Man in it.
Yeah, right.
But I was not prepared for the sheer amount.
Fucking loved it.
Of cameos that appear in this film. I was not prepared for it at all.
No, I loved it, and I think that the story, the way they introduced him into the MCU, I really enjoyed that. Oh yeah, the cameo, the fight scenes, Hugh Jackman's great. I love the fact that like as comedic as it was, they let Hugh Jackman have moments with X-23 that were he had a real fucking
because this
sob story, man.
Yeah, because the Wolverine that's in this film is a brand new Wolverine. Absolutely, we've never seen him in any of the other films, so he's the worst Wolverine.
But X-23 is
Laura from Logan.
Yeah. The one thing I will say though, and I don't know like she felt the same or anything, is like the only thing it's a minor sort of like bad point, I guess, but they shortchanged the original cast from the first 2. Now, it's a fucking movie called Deadpool and Wolverine. They've got to focus on Deadpool and Wolverine. I completely appreciate that. Okay? So that's why I say it's a major thing. But obviously they're still there. They're very much a part of it. He's fighting
he's doing
for
this
them.
to save them. Yeah.
He is. But this is the one thing that annoyed me, and it's something that annoys me with other films whenever they do this is. Spoilers, you've probably seen it. If you haven't, fucking earmuff it, whatever. I mean, we're going to get to Romulus in a minute.
I was going to say, it's only been out for like a week or 2, but yeah, go ahead.
I know, but Vanessa's split up with him.
Yeah. This is my bad point.
Right, because it's like,
I've not seen it.
We've just had 2 movies, where
she was the main plot.
He's fighting to get her. Yeah. He changes time
to save her.
By the second one, and in this one, she's like, "You need to get a fucking job."
Yeah.
And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, and again, she is still there, and I suppose you can. There's an argument to say like, well, he's still fighting for her. That's the thing. He's always fighting for her. But I'm like. Yeah, but fucking how much more has he got to do other than change fucking time to keep this woman alive before she's like...
universe.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, you got to get a job. Oh, sorry, I haven't done anything for you lately.
I felt like with that, it's like they needed to... Dude,
it's like John Connor getting shot at the bar. Like, fuck your movie. It's Luke throwing the fucking lightsaber over his head again.
They wanted to finish this series, right, on a high, and they've been building up this Wolverine thing for ages, that they got Wolverine in. But, like you said... They've just had 2 movies with all these other characters, so we've at least got to put these nods in the characters. And at least if we make Vanessa unlikable, it'll put more of a focus on the relationship between Deadpool and Wolverine, because nobody will care that he's not going back to find her.
I don't think that they were trying to make her necessarily unlikable, but I do agree that I think that they would kind of go, there's one relationship we want to focus on in this one, and it's these two.
And it's these two,
and they do, and it's fucking great. And like I said, for me to go, oh, they shortchanged the other cast. It's like, it's not called fucking Deadpool and Friends. It's called Deadpool and Wolverine. We want to see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
And you get a fuck ton of Deadpool and Wolverine all the way through this bitch.
Yeah. Now,
it's fucking great. But also, sorry, this was the best cinema experience I've had since, like, Far From Home. People are fucking cheering and, like, you know, I went in without knowing anything. So, like I said to you, the only cameo I knew about was Elektra, because I'd read fucking ages ago Jennifer Garner was going to be in it. But when fucking Flame On, I was like, get the fuck out! Like,
yes, he's going to say the thing.
Like, yeah, like, you know, it was great. So it was wonderful to have, like, it was, you know, like, everyone's having a good time. Sweet, you know, that, because that's all you needed, right? Yeah. It was a movie to go and have a good time with.
It was a real good road trip film, and this was something that, I mean, because I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It was like a laugh a minute. Like, if you didn't laugh at one thing, there was something you'd be
just wait a second.
Yeah. And now, I've been waiting a long time for the Ryan Reynolds produced John Candy documentary. It's been over a year now and it's still nothing. And he said that one of the biggest inspirations for this film was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
You can see it.
And the burnt out husk of a car is actually in the void.
It's so good.
I was just like, it breaks my heart. It's so good.
Because Jessica couldn't go and see it. She's not 50, but it's like,
I
was going to take her and see if she passed, but they're like, oh, we're going to ID everyone. I'm like, fuck, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Again, she's seen so much of it online through social media.
Yeah, sure.
And just listening to the pops from her when they do the fight in the car, they hit the radio and the opening bar from Greatest Showman comes on.
That's right.
And she's like, bah! Like she's like me. She just makes involuntary noises.
Yeah.
You know, because, like, again, because of not knowing any of the cameos, I think I was the only person in that cinema that didn't know Sabretooth was in it. Right. So when Sabretooth rocks up, everyone's quiet, and all you get from this corner is me go, bah!
See, now I think that's
yay!
This movie is a great example of why the other movie that we were probably going to discuss kind of does fail and is not as good as this one, because this one, Wolverine and Deadpool, has a bunch of honorable mentions and cameos and callback to other movies and makes it work.
Yeah, because it's a comedy film. It's irrelevant. Like, in the greater scale of the MCU, it doesn't make
it's not fully a
to be fair,
comedy.
It's
an action comedy.
To be fair, I think they do well with, like, leaning on what they've got with the sort of, like, you know, Loki, you know, with the TVA and everything like that.
Yeah.
Is you know, really good.
It's all tied in, but it doesn't actually make or impact and change anything. It's just its
no. That's what I mean. You can look at Deadpool
Wolverine. The fact that it shows, like, here's the sacred timeline. Anyway,
it's like Andy and I were saying this on Thursday. It's like, you can watch Deadpool and Wolverine and then never watch another Wolverine movie ever in your life. You don't need to watch Wolverine's origins and watch Deadpool.
You should watch Logan.
You can watch Logan.
I rewatched all of the X-Men movies.
And
I was like, well, you still don't want to watch X-Men Origins.
No, there's certain movies that you just don't watch. But the fact that they call back to it makes you laugh, because they do it better in this one.
Yeah, because it actually has creatives running the story that know the source material.
Someone sent me, there's a clip from X-Men 2, as in X2, where it's Wolverine, Rogue, I believe, and Pyro, and they're escaping the mansion after Stryker comes in. And Pyro goes like, I can't stand quiet, and so he turns the radio on, and it's fucking NSYNC, like, bye. Oh, get the fuck out. You know, all the callbacks, like, so the when Celine Dion did the video for the song in the second one, Ashes, and then at the very end, you know, it's like Deadpool's like, Celine, that was great, but we've got to do it again because you did it too well. This isn't Spider-Man, it's Deadpool. Just phone it in. And she's like, I don't phone it in, and gives him shit. And he goes, I should have got NSYNC. And it's like, fuck, this is funny. Like, there's just been so many cool, so many cool little bits from it. So I gotta admit, that is,
I was beaming from ear to ear, 100%, walking out.
Like, and that's why, as much as, like I said, that the nitpicky thing of, like, you know, and I mean, I say that, like, they shortchanged the original cast a bit, with the exception of Peter, who is,
at least they had him in it.
Peter's legit. Hey, no one's got bigger balls than Peter in the cinematic universe, and you can take that fucking literally. So for all that the little nitpick from, I guess, like a film series point of view. Other than that, I'm like, it's a fucking great trilogy.
It's just a great comedy.
I can't wait for it to come out on DVD.
Great trilogy, man.
I'm going to do the trilogy on the big screen when I get it.
Oh, for sure, yeah, man.
All three
it's
of them.
A great, you know, and we rewatched the first two the other day, and after I'd watched the third one, I was like, it's a bang on fucking. I always said, like, the best trilogy in the MCU is, like, Guardians.
Possibly Deadpool.
I know you got to cross the streams because it's Fox and Deadpool, but I'm like, oh.
I think Guardian might still top it for me, but Deadpool and Wolverine will still be very fucking. It's Wolverine and Deadpool. I think is the ultra rare movie because of everything that it's attempting to do outside of the box.
Yeah,
like we said, Deadpool 1 and 2, they're kind of normal movies. You know, he's rescuing his girlfriend and he's trying to save the world and stuff. This one, it's saving an entire universe, but a universe that he understands. That the universe that he understands, but nobody else understands because they don't see the universe like he does.
Yeah. I also, before we move on, I just want to say Hugh Jackman's performance as Wolverine, he does not phone it in any way.
No.
He actually has, like, considering how much of a comedy it is, and an action movie and a gore fest, I wasn't quite prepared for Hugh Jackman to deliver one hell of a character.
Mate,
And so, like I said, it's a brand new Wolverine who has his own character arc as well. And the sequence where they're in the car and they really yell at each other.
Dude, he swears at him so much that even I was like, and I've got a terrible habit of swearing.
He actually silenced Deadpool for a moment.
I know. I was like, well, that was a bit strong, mate.
But I mean, that's what you gotta love. Like, that's why, like, when my granddaughter came down, she wanted to watch Greatest Showman, and I almost went to go out of the room, but I thought, you know what? No,
that's a great.
Hugh Jackman is a great actor, and I like this film, so I sat and I watched it, and it just bumps again Wolverine and Deadpool up there because you've got this really great actor. Ryan Reynolds is great. I like Ryan Reynolds, but Hugh Jackman.
Oh, they bounce off each other so brilliantly.
Perfectly, yeah.
Have you ever seen that Night at the Museum movie that Hugh Jackman's in where he plays Wolverine? Seriously. So there was like a spin-off Night at the Museum, like a third one, I guess, or something, where it wasn't Stiller, you know what I mean? But it's part of the franchise. But where the character runs in on a play being done. Right. And Hugh Jackman is Hugh Jackman on stage.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman on stage.
In like King Lear or something. And he starts arguing with him. And he's like, right, that's it, I've had enough. And he does the pose. And he's like, yeah, it's a lot scarier when you have the knives. And he's like, it is better. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I fucking... And sorry, in the chat, you're right. Fucking Eddie. He is great in that Eddie the Eagle movie. I fucking love that film. Yeah, it was brilliant. And I can't wait to see him do it until he's 90.
Right,
because he's already been confirmed for Secret Wars.
Yeah, we better give Gary his time.
Oh, by the way, I saw Alien Romulus, but we'll get there.
Well, yeah, I mean,
we'll crash into that.
Twisters real quick and just go. Well, you already mentioned it. We already saw it in '96 when the first one came out. Yeah, this is the same movie, gender swapped with modern special effects. There you go. That was it. However, I will say the effects were very good. The sound in the music score was great.
That's like an obvious.
I said that to him. That's the point. I was like, well, look, it'll be like, well, yeah, I mean, it's wind, isn't it? How hard is it? Fucking, we've been doing this for years.
Like, I'm sorry, but like we said, Twister.
It looked good in Twister.
The original Twister worked. When that cow comes past and the girl goes, I've got cow, we've got cows.
It lost a point for me because there was no flying cow.
No flying cow. We all of us watching the film said that. It was like, where was the cow? There should have been 3 cows.
That first movie has such a great shot where the twister comes up and Jack Nicholson's face is doing The Shining and it rips up the theater away. And I'm like, you need to be, if you can't top that one sequence, your movie's not going to be great.
Well, it takes there is a scene in the cinema where the cinema screen gets and people get sucked up out through the screen was.
And did it make you go, oh, that was amazing, I need to buy this on Blu-ray?
No, it made me go, yeah, we did this.
we did this 20 years ago.
We did this.
Wow, am I glad I didn't rush out to watch this.
Yeah. So that happened.
Linda will buy that on DVD. I don't mind, and then I'll just watch it with.
It's a fine spectacle movie, and what's his face? I quite like Glenn Powell.
Yeah,
was really good in it. So yeah,
I watched him in. There's that Netflix movie Hitman.
He was good in that.
He was alright in that. Yeah. I get the feeling because I've seen him online a lot where I feel, where someone's like, oh, Glenn Powell is talking about being Batman, and I'm like, okay, why do I get the feeling that only Glenn Powell and his agent do you ever, when there's certain actors where you can tell their management is like pushing them down people's throats a bit. But I do like him.
No, I'd say he's more of a Harvey Dent.
Robert
he's got a really good shit-eating grin.
Yeah, and I preferred him in Hitman than I did in Twisters.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, you guys have waited long enough.
Let's rip the plaster off.
I think it's time to talk about Alien Romulus. Directed by Fede Alvarez, written by his friend, and also written by Fede Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
They'd also worked on, obviously, Don't Breathe and Evil Dead Remake.
You can really hear the lull in his voice as he's reading this off as he's going. I'm loving it. Go on, keep going.
I'm just gonna say,
you're not excited.
I thought he did Texas Chainsaw
Yeah, the
bus
one everyone hated.
The bus one.
Yeah.
That wasn't Fetty, but that was his friend who wrote that one.
His friend who wrote it. Right, yeah.
Yeah, his friend. I'm saying his friend because I can't pronounce his name. It's Rodo Siagius or something like that.
Yeah, okay, sure, we'll go with that.
And I'm going to say, like, blow by blow going through the film in the cinema, when Act 1 finished, turned to my friend and I went, this is amazing and perhaps the best opening to a film this year. The world building felt very Blade Runner.
Sorry to interrupt you. Just for a second. When did you see it?
Friday.
Yesterday.
Where?
In the cinema.
What showing?
6:15.
Oh, okay. I went to 8:15. I was just thinking,
right,
fuck, we've got to work on our communication.
Yeah,
sorry. That just fucking I was like, hang on a minute. I was in the same place. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
And so when Act 1 was finishing, about 30 minutes in, I was like, this is great. I'm so relaxed now. You know, I've Fetty has delivered. The set design was fantastic. It has all of the hallmarks of Alien. When they fire up the computers and you can hear all the clicky clacky noises of the computers waking up, when you see the Mother logo, the sound effects, the set design, the lighting, the costumes, perfection. Like, it's a perfect imitation. You know, Blair
imitation.
Would be proud.
Small detail as well. I really liked the Weyland-Yutani in Andy's eyes when he was rebooting.
Yes, yeah.
I just
roll back
popped
up.
I was like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah. So like, and then Act 2, and I'm like, okay, well, we haven't had the alien yet. So here we go.
Right.
Here we go.
We haven't got the meat of the sandwich yet. Yeah, good shout.
And when Act 2 came to a close, my friend was like, "What are you thinking?" I'm like, I'm already
and you shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't be like that halfway through the movie.
And then as the third act was wrapping up and it was going into the fourth act,
Gary just pulled his hat over his eyes, if you're just listening to us on a re-record, and he wanted to scream inside his hat. I'd already wikied it by this point, and I had nobody to talk to, so I was just waiting for this motherfucker to come over so we could talk about it. I was almost smashing my own head for a wall.
I watched this film go 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, and I was like, stop! Pull up!
It's like the Mother in Alien, where the emergency timing to stop the self-destruct sequence has passed.
I'm not gonna lie,
you are now just going to explode.
Where the computer says pull up at the end. That's quite funny.
Me, like, nosediving right into it. I knew, like, Fede, like, because I've avoided the trailers and the spoilers, but I read an interview with Fede was like, Alien and Aliens, my two favourite films on the planet. Love them. So the first half of the film is dedicated to Alien, and the second half of the film is dedicated to Aliens. But what he did not say was that the final act of the film was dedicated to Alien Resurrection.
Resurrected.
And Covenant. Yeah. And oh my god! Like,
right, okay, so I'm gonna just let him take
a minute, I need a break.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Gary take a break for a moment. Right, so I'm just gonna go off on the limb now and say I haven't gone and watched it. I have done what I always do, and I have wikied it. And I know a lot of people are gonna scream at me and say, "Well, you haven't watched the film yet, so you've got nothing to say." And I'm gonna tell you to back the fuck off.
Oh, he does,
because I have read it, and so I have garnered my own ideas behind the plot. Okay, the visuals and the acting will make much of a bigger difference, but if the overall plot doesn't work, I immediately have issues. Now, I'm not going to go into too many major spoilers because I do want people to go off and watch Alien Romulus and make their own decisions. But when you make an Alien movie and you fit it between Alien and Aliens, and you actually swing more to Alien than you do to Aliens, and then you have to go back to the guy who made Alien and say, "Oh, can we get you in the film?" And he says yes, but only because I can actually put in something from my other series of Alien movies that are not actually connected to this series yet, because I'm trying to get it connected. That's where I start to have issues. I start to have issues when they decide that they're going to change the original life cycle of how aliens are grown and just make them appear through goo and hybrids, and have, once again, a fight sequence at the end of the movie where the female character is going to end up just blowing it out of an airlock. Okay? I liked it in the first one. I liked it in the second one. Hell, I even would go as far as say it was kind of funny looking in Alien Resurrection. And then what did we get? We got it in Covenant again? Oh no, she crushed it in the fucking arm thing, didn't she, as they were flying off, and that was really cool.
Fuck, it took me a minute to remember that.
And then you get to
Covenant,
then you just get to Romulus, where they're going through. I keep hearing this from people. Like I said, I haven't watched it myself, but all I'm hearing is there's lots of nods and callbacks to the other films. Why? Why not just make it original? He did it with Evil Dead with lots of callbacks and nods, and it was all right. But Evil Dead, the remake, is what it is. It's a remake. Rise is a completely separate story. They haven't gone back and decided to continue with Fede Alvarez's. It was just a booster to start the series. So that's why you look at Evil Dead and you go, yeah, it's okay. You can't do that with an Alien film, especially when one of the characters, and Gary brought this up to me and it really shocked me. One of the characters says one of the most iconic lines in the entire of the Alien series, but now because of the film that it's put in, it will actually look like the Ripley character ripped it off from him. And that is a fucking spit in the face for the fans who have actually supported this franchise for so long, that somebody else will come along and go, well, this is what I want to do, and you're just going to have to accept because that's where the story's going. Pardon. Apologies for my rant then.
I'll follow it up by saying, like, in some positives, like, the film has incredibly good sets, like, beautiful sets. The production value and the design makes you think that this film had a lot bigger budget than it actually had. So the way that they utilized it, fantastic. Like, it's a perfect capture of the previous film's aesthetics, and it copies the look and the sound perfectly. It was really, really well done. The cast, top quality again, especially the two lead actors, Kaylee Spaney and David Johnson. And David Johnson in particular, he essentially plays two parts in the film, and he nailed the role of an artificial person. Like, can't call him an android, he gets upset. And yeah, he regurgitates the line that Bishop says in Aliens. And I'm like, okay, you know what? When an android says the same line as what another android said, I'm like, that's probably software. You know, it's fine. Like, so I don't have an issue with that, but we'll get to the one that you mentioned in a bit as well, Ian.
No, let's cut it like they should have in the movie.
But yeah, it's derivative. It's full of fan service and callbacks, and the quotes from the previous film really started to annoy me. Like I said, the artificial person line is fine, but there's a character that turns up called Rook, and it's played by Ian Holmes, the guy who passed away several years ago.
Right.
And so instead of doing what they did with Alien 3, and just go, let's have a puppet of this banged up android so that when it moves, at least it's practical and it's there and the voice comes through, that's the important part. And seeing how banged up it is. We have a banged up android in this and they activate it and boom, straight to the camera, full lighting. We have CGI Ian Holmes's face.
Isn't it so weird as well with all the practical effects?
Yeah, it's what makes it so ugly. Because it stands out against all the practical.
That was the bit that they decided to go full light, full fucking profile, full onto the camera.
Yeah, and it for me I was yanked right out of the movie because I was looking at the cheeks and the teeth sort of floating inside of his mouth like he's got no structure. And I was like, but yeah, okay, it's a malfunctioning. This android's banged up, but it's not. It's clean.
It's weird, man. Listen, don't get me wrong, because I'm the only one, by the way, of the three of us that enjoyed the movie overall. I did. You know what I mean? I'm saying, like, don't get me wrong. All of the I'm not going to repeat it because all the good stuff you basically said about, like, the way they
set design, music,
the
music. So standard stuff that really movies are supposed to have good anyway.
Yeah, but excelled here.
Yeah. I was going to say it was really well done, and like I said, I thought that that character of Andy was a phenomenal addition to the movie. I liked the young cast again because of not seeing too much about it. I didn't know, and I didn't realize. I really didn't realize until what like fucking this is a really young cast. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I thought they all of them in their own parts carried it very well for a young, basically unknown to me cast. You know what I mean? I enjoyed the exploration into Weyland-Yutani and the colony that they're on from the start, where you really do. You're like, they're fucking slaves, dude. Like, like this company is. We already know they're evil, but it's like openly evil. Oh my god, like with the way they've got to put in time to get off the planet.
I mean, we knew they're
basically working life sentences.
They're basically working, you know, when they talk about, we're colonizing planets, it's like, dude, you're setting up fucking, you know.
We know Weyland-Yutani is evil. We've got 2 movies that've already built up that.
Yeah,
but it's from but seeing it from a human perspective, as in not just like, you know, it's one thing to have like, you know, the space jockeys in the air complaining about their fucking pay and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about people that are mining, you know, minerals and have to put in a certain amount of time just to be allowed to leave a planet. Yeah, but that's slavery.
Yeah,
that is on a way worse thing of, man, these MREs are shit.
But you know? when I first watched Alien Special Edition, there's that beautiful sequence with the guy, Lydecker from fucking Red Dwarf, where he's just like, I hate sending information out because it takes 2 weeks to get out there, and when they send it, it takes 2 weeks to get back, and they just say, don't ask. And it's just like, the company doesn't care about you.
Oh, you get that. I'm just saying
I've known that. I didn't need Romulus to tell me.
It well.
But you needed to establish where these characters are coming from.
But also
for their motivation,
it gives you
to
an
get
idea.
out.
No, you needed that. You needed that for people going and watch an Alien Romulus film who'd never seen Alien film before. That.
No, you needed to establish these characters. Like you could have just started with these characters floating in space. And
because otherwise you'd just be like, why are you taking this risk?
Yeah,
they did that. They did that with Covenant. It didn't work, so that's why they were doing it Romulus. They had to give the colonists on the planet a bit more of a backstory, so that anybody who didn't know the backstory of this universe understood that Weyland-Yutani were evil.
No, but that's my point. That's why it was a good thing that they did it. Is that they actually bothered to put that in.
Well, yeah, but
you know what I mean? To expand on it. But anyway, that was, for me personally, that was something that I enjoyed that they did. I thought that was good.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
And then, and again, it gave it a really good chance to sort of like humanize Andy in the way that he'd been sort of programmed. Yeah, I mean, you find out most of these kids are all orphans. In fact,
all their parents have died in the mines.
You know, you know, they built the asshole character who's an asshole way through. You know, it's sort of like you know. They do give him a reason for being so hostile towards Andy and stuff. It's kind
Androids didn't say his
sort of throwaway, but
collapsed.
it's there as well. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, there was lots of it. But I mean, yeah, when it got to the part with Rook, and there was so obviously a better way to do it because, like, you know, when you first see him, he's so fucked up. You know, you see him move, but you don't see the face properly. Yeah. And then they huff him up onto a desk, and he's unlit. And it's like, oh, if you'd have just used the voice and just shadowed
Ian Holmes' voice, which sounds close.
It would have been fine. The voice was very good. And to be fair, when you see him later on a screen, because the screen is naturally a low resolution, it looks a lot better.
Why are they using Ash?
Because they wanted the Rook model, they wanted to tie it into Alien.
The whole... Mate, the whole...
And it's also only 20 years after Alien, so it would be his model more in service.
But and he does reference that as well when he sees the other android.
But we're told by Bishop in Aliens that they were always twitching.
Yeah, but that's like 60 years after. That,
right? Yeah, so. but there is no actual determined timeline of when they stopped using Ash and when they went into using Bishop.
No, and again, there's also no real. I don't think it gives a clear timeline as to when Romulus went to tits.
Yeah, but I feel it's once again, like we said, we have to use Ash, then we're using Alien, then obviously.
I mean, the whole thing is fan service, absolutely. Yeah, because you could. I mean, again, I was talking to someone earlier. I kind of said like you either dig the fan service and it's not too much, or it's too much and you don't and stuff.
I think it's too much.
I like fan service, but to a degree.
It, yeah, absolutely. Like, don't get me wrong, I was fine with it. You're absolutely right about spitting out the getaway. Fuck me, that was bad.
Should we get to
this?
Getaway.
I'm saying, as someone who enjoyed the movie when it happened, I went, why? Out loud. Why'd you do that? Why the fuck did you do that? So agreed.
There's a sequence, so minor spoilers, but there is a sequence where a character is pinned by a xenomorph and likely about to die.
Sorry, and also, isn't it? It's quite weird. Like, I was like, why is he taking his time?
Yeah, this was one of my complaints.
Was that taking his time with
the xenomorphs in this must know they're in a film because, like, there's a camera there.
Yeah, it did really take
Let's pose. There's this nice glory shot.
Yeah,
there's some great bits with the xenomorphs when they attack and stuff. Like, because you are right about the whole. I'd not heard him say the whole. Oh, one half is alien, one half is aliens, and you're like, because there were so many. You know, when you see him crawling through you're like, I've seen that in ducks before and stuff like that. You know, which is cool. So they are a threat. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The fucking face huggers.
The face huggers were the best part. Yeah, they were the best part.
But sorry, it just reminded me of that scene. I was like, I remember sitting there going like, you're taking your time.
So the aliens are taking his time, and he's waiting, and he looks up and he's like, oh. This is the alien. And he sees the android up there, and the android's got a gun and jumps off the ladder and falls, like, lightly. I'm like, this is an android. He's heavier than a human. But, you know, the anti-gravity's been turned back off, so gravity's working. And he sails down, lands on the alien, continues to shoot the alien as they fall all the way down this elevator shaft. Not a single drop of acid gets to him. Somebody in the film died earlier from acid splash.
They really played up the problem with the acid as well.
Exactly, and so he doesn't even get a blip of acid on him, and when he gets down there, the alien's dead. He says, "Get away from her," and he looks back over his shoulder. Really long pause, and I'm like, stop, you bitch. And he says it, and I almost,
and he says it,
stood up.
He says it as if the word bitch has got a question mark after it as well.
Yes, like it's a question.
I'm gonna ask you both a question now, right? Okay. And I've been saying this to people that obviously with the whole connections with the Romulus stuff, Prometheus, Covenant, stuff like that, you, because of that stuff, you do start having to put in the other Alien movies as well, right? That line that he says, is it worse or better than the woman in Alien versus Predator pointing the sonic gun at the alien and saying, "You're one ugly motherfucker," and blowing his head off?
Probably worse because
that film was shit,
it makes sense to call that an ugly motherfucker
until it got.
Yeah, but also the whole point of when Ripley in Alien says, "Get away from her, you bitch," it's because that's an alien queen. It's a female slur.
It was a whole other thing.
Whereas at no point, like, do you know what it? You know what you said about you need to watch it again is the one thing I'm going to be looking out for is if that asshole character, whose name I can't remember, I'm sorry, but the asshole character who's ragging on him all the time, I want to know if he calls him a bitch a bunch of times.
Right.
Because that would at least make sense if he's kind of going, someone's been calling me a bitch all day and that's obviously a bad thing, so I'm going to use it because he's in his like autistic state, for lack of a better word. Yeah. So that at least may make sense, but even if that's the case, it obviously doesn't work because I have to go back through the movie to find it.
Yeah, it just makes no sense why he would say it.
It does. I can't listen again as someone who really enjoyed
and they watched
it.
This movie. They watched this movie and they can't understand why he fucking did this thing. I can't
fucking defend that.
Well, we know why he did because it's a callback.
I know why. Yeah, it was just a bad fucking choice.
Yeah,
but it made no sense for the movie. At least even within when he drops that further, like I prefer an artificial person. It's because someone calls him a fucking synthetic.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you were set up for that. It was right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the last bit was just like, yeah, no, that wasn't.
I'm so glad I didn't go to the cinema to watch it.
There's a scene in it. I'm not gonna. I know that you might go into spoiler territory and stuff like that, but there's a great action sequence in it involving the lack of gravity or the manipulation of gravity, which was fucking great. Like, really, really good, real fucking nail biting, really well thought out, really well shot. As in, like, not being funny, that action sequence, fucking 10 out of 10. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, as in, right up there with like the not as good as, but right up there with like the Marines taking on the Xenomorphs in 2 for me. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And again, I thought the practical effects on the face hugger were
outstanding.
Fucking chef's kiss. There's a point where a bunch of them come billowing out of the door, and all I was thinking was Plague Tale.
Yes, yeah. With
I was
the
like,
rat surge.
it was that kind of like fucking run, shit, like
Yeah. Yeah, and I did also like the sequence where the two of them are trapped in the room with all of the facehuggers that are exploding out of their vacuum-sealed packs that they were in.
They changed
because there's no eggs in the movie. But yeah, like when the facehuggers are launching at them and they're sort of batting them away for a little bit, I was like, I'm so used to the facehuggers just immediately latching on, but these guys are actually fighting back for a little bit. I was like, okay, this is fine. This is fine.
Yeah, it didn't go to the point where I was sort of like, they're too fucking hard for their own good or something. You know what I mean? That was a good, and again, something about introducing water into an alien movie always makes it a bit more tense. They're fucking it's in the trailer. Going through the water. I'm like, oh fuck, like that in my chair, which is, I'm sure what they were going for. So that was good. So the overall, do you know what's funny though? Is the overall sort of like just story of what we want to do, why we're going to get there. Let's do this. It's like we want to get off world. That's got a cryo tube, so we can get to where we're going.
We can cryo sleep for the 9-year trip.
We can do that, and they get there, and like Romulus, fucking batteries. We need to go get batteries. Very Dead Space,
Romulus or Rebel Moon.
Romulus.
Yeah, Romulus all day. But again, like I said, I haven't seen any of those director's cuts yet from Rebel Moon, based on the first cut down PG version.
We'll be begging.
Based on the first cut down version of Rebel Moon, fucking Prometheus. Shit, like, right. Jesus Christ.
I would like to see a director's cut of Romulus. Apparently, according to Fetty, there was another 40 minutes in the film that Ridley Scott had him cut.
There's a fifth act.
Right. Yeah. So that's my.
So I'm wondering. I mean, what else was cut? Was all character stuff.
That's my issue. That's one of my issues. Fetty Alvarez is the director.
Yeah.
He's also partially writing the story with his buddy.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott comes in and goes, "Nah, cut that."
Well, watching the interviews with him,
what's Ridley Scott doing? Coming in and
no.
Movie?
Fetty Alvarez, and again, this is like, listen, you can agree with it or not. It's the director's choice, I suppose, but. Fetty Alvarez in the interview,
but it wasn't his choice. Ridley cut it without his decision.
No, made the cuts based on
specifically said that one of the things that he actually liked about Ridley Scott's style is that, as in his own words, he's ruthless in the editing machine.
Yeah,
in the editing.
He is, but on his own work.
Okay, but I'm just saying the directors made that. Like, you're right. There's plenty of examples we can cut there where, like, someone's gone, here's my vision for it, and someone we'll talk about it in the other
section,
where someone comes in and goes, that's nice.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
This is him going, no, fucking, if you don't like it, you get rid of it. So that's on him. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And if you know someone is, like you said, fucking ruthless, it's like, you can't be surprised. Like, you chop some stuff out. You're like, no shit, dude.
You're taking 40 minutes out of the movie that you think the audience isn't gonna like.
Well, listen, right? I'll be interested to see what those 40 minutes are if we get it. In a way, it's same with Deadpool because
that was looking at that
fucking advert before Deadpool.
Yeah, right.
Before Deadpool.
Yeah.
Which shows scenes that aren't in the movie.
Yeah.
There's lines and scenes that aren't in the fucking movie, and I was like, thanks. But also, to be fair, I was also like, the first two have got a super cut, so I assume we're going to get an extended edition.
Yeah,
probably.
And when I walked out of the cinema, I was like, well, can't wait for the next 40 minutes of that.
Right, yeah.
So yeah. I mean, hey, who knows? I mean, maybe there might be sort of like that extra time that makes a big difference to it. Again, overall, I still enjoyed it. That it does get to a third act ending where I was like, oh, we're done. And I wasn't looking at my watch. And then when it carried on and some alarms go off, I was kind of like, oh shit, it's 20 odd minutes left of this bitch.
You know what I mean? But I think
and there was some good horror notes in, when you first see something that appears, I've got to admit, I was like, that's unsettling. Fucking.
I think
there's some nightmare fuel imagery.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the problems though with films coming out is people go get entertainment from it, and they do, and then they just move off for the next entertainment thing.
That is entertainment, though.
That is, but
it's mostly all disposable.
But yes, but it is mostly all disposable. But when you are a fan of a franchise and you support certain things, you have to cut the line and say, no, that doesn't work. Don't do that. I need you to stay on the normal path.
Very few examples of that now, though.
There is very few, but there's
maybe
also
there's
many examples. There's many examples of things trying to do things,
it
not work, and then having to come back to the original source material. I mean, I'm just looking on Gary Shelford. His first example I've got in my head is Gears of War. You see what they've done with the Gears of War series and things that they've
really?
set up.
You didn't instantly find something that said Resident Evil on it?
I can't blame that, but I was using Gears of War as a good example. And what I'm saying is that we have the original bunch of things that we get behind and we support and we buy and we go, wow, we need more of this. And then somebody comes along and goes, well, I'm going to try something new. It doesn't really work. We voice our displeasure and hopefully they go back to the original.
Yeah, how many times have you heard like, I wish they'd do something new though?
Now, yeah, exactly. Now, because I already said Alien Romulus is derivative of Alien and Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like, if you're going to keep making Alien movies, what has been the newest addition to its lore?
The black goo.
Yeah. Right. And because right now, with in the writer's room, the black goo can do whatever the writers want it to do.
Right. No,
which means they can have there's something creative there that they can map out.
I automatically assume that if you're gonna dovetail off of this, it's gonna be about them creating human and alien hybrids.
But they're
like, that's our plan.
This is the problem. They've been dealing with the same problem since Ridley Scott made Prometheus, and he did it and he continued doing it in Covenant. They continue doing it in Romulus, and they'll probably continue into the next movie, and it won't stop until they actually do it. They have to connect the black goo to Alien to make the universe complete. If you do not connect that black goo to that derelict ship and the Nostromo going there in the first movie, you are going to have the biggest plot point of the series as a massive plot hole. That derelict ship.
No, because they have already connected it in this one.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally.
The derelict ship sits on LV-426, and from what we understand with Romulus, Romulus is set between Alien and Aliens. Yes, the derelict ship is still there. The company knows the derelict ship is there.
I don't know if they do.
They do. They sent the fucking Nostromo there, dude.
Yeah, 30, 40 years after this. Well,
no,
I've already been.
No, they've already. The Nostromo's already been there.
Yeah.
Romulus is set after Alien. Now, if that is the case, the company are sending Ripley.
No, they're sending colonists there at the moment.
Okay, right. They're sending colonists to a planet that they know there's a derelict ship. But like what we already pointed out, why did they just leave a satellite full of all their important stuff? There's no goo on LV-426. You burn Romulus Station into a planet, destroying the goo that you haven't picked up. You cannot use your goo anymore.
Maybe they've already got some of the goo.
Maybe
we don't know what happened on the station.
That's what the problem.
Like
we don't know because they haven't
said. You remember when you said about the fact of when Ash is saying about, when they're talking about in the fact where they're talking about it takes 2 weeks to fucking send a message and then to get back and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like, well, maybe that's it. Maybe there is a case of where Rook does say about sort of someone so will be here whenever. It's like, well, we haven't got the message yet.
Dude, no, because somebody would have had to have made the call to put all that stuff on that station first. You're telling me none of the higher ups in Weyland-Yutani knew what was going on in that station?
I don't know.
That's why I'm saying it's bad writing on these film developers' parts, because they've just made this small, tiny story. It's as if, to me, it looks like as if they've made the story. If it's a success, they can continue it. If it's not a success, they can just draw a line in the sand. They can just do something else next movie.
Mate, that's franchise filmmaking.
That's It's not good franchise filmmaking, because, as we said, we have 3 movies with Sigourney Weaver in that actually set the entire franchise with one character and one baseline story.
We still do.
We still do. Yeah, you go.
No, you just got one in the middle.
Karen, you're still going through the first. This is still the first fucking part.
Well, yeah, we're already at the hour mark, so should we race through some news?
Yeah, go on.
Depends on how much news you got.
Got a little bit. But yeah, I'll just go through it really fast.
Yeah.
Deadpool Wolverine crossed $1 billion.
Well deserved. Fucking well deserved.
It's gonna happen, yeah. I don't think Joker 2 is gonna make that much, I don't think.
I don't think it will.
I think they'll try, but I don't think it'll be.
Well, I think it's going to be really successable based on the fact that Lady Gaga's in it, and that's going to bring in a whole new audience as well. Not to mention the fact that, I'm going to be there fucking day one for that. So.
I got to say, though, just talking about Lady Gaga, that song that she released with Bruno Mars, Die With a Smile on My Face, I watched the video because I thought it was going to be connected to the Joker 2 movie. It wasn't. It was just a really good love song. I loved it.
Fair, man.
I saw that Gwa covered I'm Just Ken from Barbie the other day.
I saw that link.
And now I'm like, well, that's it. Music's peaked. Everyone can stop trying now because this is fucking awesome.
Oh, I need to listen to that.
It's on the Discord. I've posted it.
Christopher Lloyd has confirmed that he's returning for Nobody 2.
Sweet.
The Bob Odenkirk film. Sharon Stone is going to be playing the movie's villain.
No
word on the story yet, but
take my money.
The guy who worked on John Wick, one of those, is also working on Nobody 2. So yeah, sounds good. James Gunn's confirmed that Superman has wrapped filming.
That's great.
Yep.
Sweet. Awesome. Gonna watch it.
So. Robert Downey Jr. has, in case you missed it.
Yeah, in case you were living under a rock while everything was going on.
Is back in the MCU, as well as the Russo brothers, and they're going to be directing Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret War, set for 2026 and 2027.
That's so perfectly placed, those news stories, where it's sort of like DC are like, we finished filming Superman, and MCU can't let us have nothing. Robert Downey Jr.'s like, suck it, bitches. I'm excited for all of it.
I wonder how long it took him to say, the phone rang. It's like, hello, hi, Robert, it's the Russo Brothers. I will do it. No, we haven't asked you what you're doing yet. Okay, what are you going to ask? Well, we were going to ask you if you want to come back. I'll do it.
I don't think it was the phone call. I think he was watching a number just steadily appear on his phone. He's just watching zeros it's still going.
Zero.
Fuck.
Another one, yeah.
Crazy. Edge of Tomorrow, sequel with Tom Cruise. It's not dead yet. It's been 10 years now, but apparently the writer-director is still in talks with Cruise.
I thought that was going to be the subtitle.
Oh, really?
It's not dead yet. I was like, Edge of Tomorrow, it's not dead yet. You can have that. That'd be pretty good.
That's going to be a bit confusing, because they killed the alien creatures in the first one, didn't they? They stopped the invasion.
And go back before it.
Yeah, maybe the aliens figured it out. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe more aliens turn up.
I'm sorry. The sequel, I'm sure, will be really, really great. It won't beat the first one because the first one's got Bill Paxton in it.
It's true. Ghostbusters, an animated show, has been officially ordered now by Netflix. I thought this was already further along in development, but apparently no.
Yeah.
But yeah, no word on what the style's going to be, other than it's going to be based on the current movies as well.
Nice.
So I did see an image of the film characters in the real Ghostbusters animated
form.
That.
With the grey hair and stuff.
Yes,
That tickled my pickle. I'm not gonna lie.
I quite like that. Cool. So I'm hopeful.
I did watch Frozen Empire as well. I did really like Frozen Empire. It was 10 times the movie Afterlife was.
Well, I said I knew that you'd like it because it's more of a Ghostbusters movie.
It is more of a Ghostbusters movie.
It was when the first thing you see is New York and you just direct a one
that really set up. I was like, set up, but because I'd set the bar so low as well after Afterlife, I was like, even if you do amaze me, I'm just gonna be like, eh. And so when the plot got to certain points, I was like, well, this is where I'd go and that's what I'd do. And then the final group shot that they all had, the family helping her use their photon guns, and then all the original Ghostbusters in the basement doing their thing. I'm like, cool, you're ticking both boxes because we didn't have this in the first one. We just had the spirit of Egon turn up and do it. So, yeah.
Glenn Schofield explains that the Callisto Protocol was rushed and that they were forced to ship that game early by the producers at Krafton. Now, if you don't know, Glenn has departed that game studio, and he explained that he asked the publisher for 4 more months or more to finish that film because most of the staff were off with COVID or other illnesses, but they were denied, forced to release it early, scrapping boss fights and enemy types. So it's a shame that the game released in an unfinished state.
Did you play it, Callisto?
Same story. No, mate. Do you know what?
You liked it more than Dead Space.
Well, I know that now, but no. To be fair, because you played it and I asked you about it, and you kind of give me the like.
It's a Dead Space ripoff.
Yeah.
Well, not. You just look at the cover and see it's a Dead Space ripoff. Like for lack of a better word, it was more about the combat system not being very clever and just all the complaints that everyone had with it because of this reason.
Yeah. But now we have the reason from the guy who made it.
How many games have we heard this? There's so many of them, dude.
Yeah.
Just ship it. All right.
It's just sad.
They're only paying 70 quid for it,
Yeah.
God, Space Marine 2 looks good. Because they waited. It looks so fucking good.
Space Marine 1 looked good, and then they failed with multiplayer. They failed with multiplayer, so good luck. I hope you have fun. I'll wait for it to be half price.
I will. I'll wait for it to be no price. I'm probably Sandbag's like, I'll go for you for your birthday, so we can play it on. I'm like, score!
Send me a game for free. Woo.
Crawl 2 is in the works, with Alexandra Arja officially returning to direct the sequel as well. The Hollywood Reporter notes that Crawl 2 will feature a new cast and a new location. In this case, the more urban dangers of New York City. So New York City is going to get flooded, and the Gators are going to chomp on some New Yorkers.
Alligator the remake. They're remaking Alligator.
Sam Raimi is back as a producer.
They get stuck in the basement of a house.
I know that. It's one of those movies where I'm like, have I seen the movie or have I just seen lots of it on social media, sort of thing?
No, you remember this one. It's literally one girl.
Remember
it's Hard Rain.
A girl in a house.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
And their dad is
and it's
in the
water.
basement.
There's water.
There's water.
If there's no water, you're thinking of Barbarian.
Right.
If there's water, you're thinking of Crawl.
That is the only difference between the two movies. Yes.
So I'm down for another Crawl. Give it a go. Okay, next piece of news. The Return of the Living Dead is now in legal battles in court, and the court case has begun with ownership rights being settled at the moment. Apparently, Beverly Dawn Hartley, aka Beverly Randolph, who played Tina in the original film, has claimed ownership of the franchise and is preventing a reboot from moving forward.
How did she get ownership?
She doesn't.
Right, okay.
But she has claimed it, legally founded a company, and so legally, the film company that wants to make it need that company to not exist to make it.
So she's just holding it up.
So she's just holding it up.
Because Dan O'Bannon's the original writer, isn't he?
Yeah, but he didn't own it then either.
Right, yeah.
But yeah,
barely owns Alien.
I mean, the rights were sold years ago, and that's how Necropolis and Dead, whatever it was, Reckoning, whatever it was, got made, because... I don't know if it's true, but I think the rights were sold on eBay. Yeah, it was something like that.
That's
where
awesome.
It was a really bizarre story.
The first 3 films hadn't done too great, and the rights were worth worthless by that point.
Living Dead Media claims that the newly formed Return of the Living Dead Originals LLC is attempting to interfere with active and existing contracts between Living Dead Media and its licenses.
Remember House LLC?
Yeah.
They're going to make Return of the Living Dead LLC about...
But yeah, they want to do a reboot. Like, they don't want to do a sequel, they just want to reboot the original. Because, of course.
The thing is, like, all respect to the original series, but all this for a movie that's probably going to fucking tank.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, fuck's sake.
If it gets released, it's doing better than Toxic Avenger. Don't struggle to go. You just say it, man. Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
agreeing with you. I'm just saying, like,
but we all know Toxic Avengers.
We're just comparing turds, aren't we? Like, just fucking when it comes to
my turd's bigger than your turd.
That means yours is worse.
Well, yours has got red bits in it.
Well, give it a massive turd is way worse than a small one, surely. Like,
I don't know. Depends on what you're eating.
Maybe red ones is like that gold one out of American Dad.
Gary's
Jules. Sorry, carry on with the news.
Henry Cavill's Warhammer adaptation for Prime Video could still move forward if creative guidelines are worked out by the end of the year.
Games Workshop
said they will only work with Amazon Studios for 12 months, beginning December 2023 and ending December 2024, which is imminent.
Mm-hmm.
And if this doesn't happen, the whole thing gets dropped.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill's already pretty much let slip, like, it's not likely to happen, and he'll be walking. I'm like, damn, like, I thought he'd be safe there.
No, this is the thing. Right?
Yeah, but GW have always played their IP really close to the chest since they let it all go out into the ether, and it was a bit shit everywhere, and they were kind of, okay, let's
rein it all back in.
Yeah.
Now, giving it to Henry Cavill and taking it to Amazon seems like a really good idea, but look what Amazon have just done with Lord of the Rings.
Look what they just did with Fallout.
Okay, but Fallout's a little bit easier to manage than a 40k universe. Okay, now if we're lucky, we get Henry Cavill playing all the Primarchs, and you just manipulate his image a little bit because you know he's going to be probably the best guy to represent every single one of the Primarchs. If not, you are then going to have to go out and find 18 separate actors to play each one of the Primarchs, and if you don't get those Primarchs perfect, like Games Workshop ones,
ever going to be that big.
I
don't think you were ever going to do a story that involved all the Primarchs.
Right, okay, so say we don't.
I
say
just
they
think
do
it'd be simpler than that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know we could kind of start with a small one, like Eisenhorn, or, you could start with, like, a Gaunt's Go. You could start.
Eisenhorn was what he teased.
You think so, but you could also go with Gaunt's Go, so you could play Capius Cain, for all I know.
Did you see the Ministry of Ungentlemanly warfare?
No, that doesn't look fun.
No, but he throws like the SS uniform.
Oh yeah, and he looks like a commissar.
And I was laughing, and I was like, "What?" I said, "That cheeky wanker managed to cosplay 40k in this movie." And I was like, I kind of think, like, did he do that on purpose? Of course he did. Of course he did that on purpose.
So I totally understand if Games Workshop are like, "No, Amazon, we need you to be on your fucking shit with this because we can't just give you this because if it fails, we're going to get backlash for it." And if Amazon go, "Well, we're not going to give you that," then Games Workshop just go, "Okay, walk away. We're about to drop a big game. We can make a bunch of money from that. If we need to, we'll just release a bunch of new models that people are definitely going to buy up, and we'll go somewhere else."
That is their business model.
That is their business.
All right, I got one last news story for us. A sequel to Spookies.
Oh, fuck off.
Is in the works.
Fuck's sake.
Bloody Disgusting has exclusively learned that Frank Farrell, who co-wrote and produced the original film, said that, remarkably, Spookies has done well enough in its revival that I'm at the start of raising financing for a sequel.
Raising financing, yes.
Farrell
Nobody's giving me money.
I'm hoping to get a couple of horror name actors in it. I'm also looking to make a film that's almost an anti-sequel. I don't just want to rehash what was done the first time. I don't want to even make a typical sequel. I want to make something that's an animal of its own. It's different in so many ways. The way I'm doing it, it's almost intended as a mockery of what happened to our original film.
Your original film was a mockery.
Well, yeah, this original film was unfinished. Then it was another film that got spliced together.
Yeah.
And it just became a hybrid a mistake that kind of got it escaped into the world. And is regularly screened at theaters that play
bad movies.
WTF movies, you know?
Don't make a sequel to this movie. Just make your own movie and just pretend Spookies never existed.
No, I kind of need a sequel.
No,
so bad.
What do we need a sequel for? It's so bad.
I've not seen this, so now I feel like I should watch it.
Now.
No. No, dude. No.
Basically, a bunch of kids go into a haunted house and a warlock kind of makes demons and monsters and ghosts appear.
Yeah, because the woman that he's trying to secretly have sex with in there won't have sex with him.
So it's just a haunted house movie.
It's a
shitty with spookies.
It's a shitty haunted.
Is it like 18 or is it like?
Yeah, the original is. Yeah,
it might as well be a 12.
Yeah, it's kind of tame.
It's
oh, okay. Right. I was hoping that you were at least going to say like it's fucking horrifying.
But no, the most scariest part probably is when a spider woman sucks a guy and drains all his liquid, and you watch his body kind of just.
Yeah,
and that's it. He just deflates.
Spider woman. You can just call them women, mate.
I'm
kidding.
She was a spider woman thing.
So, are you looking forward more? Would you rather watch the sequel to Spookies or Terrifier 3 this year? Cool. While I broke him, you carry on with your theme and trailer.
One last thing I want to talk about before we take a quick break, and I kind of don't want to talk about it. Star Trek Section 31 has released its trailer, and I am just stunned at how non-Star Trek this looks and sounds. Is it even Trek? Like, if you were to watch that trailer, if you were to just put that trailer on for somebody and say, when that trailer finishes, they would not know that it was a Star Trek in any way. It's advertised like a new Suicide Squad movie. It has a ton of downvotes across all of the social media, and I just honestly can't believe that Paramount Studio...
The good one or the other one?
keep making Star Trek for an audience that doesn't watch Star Trek. Like a Section 31 crime thriller with Michelle Yeoh could be amazing, and this is the worst possible outcome of it.
I mean, saying this, I know you sound bad, but you sat through 2 fucking seasons of Picard to get to the 3rd season.
I'm kind of glad I would have missed out on the best Star Trek season.
You're watching
since, this. Voyager got home.
You're totally watching this, even I
am not watching Section 31.
Okay. I want everybody listening right now is to take that in, because when Section 31 drops, Gary is not watching it.
Not the trailer. I think I saw the poster for it.
Yeah.
Well, so you hear me? You're definitely not watching it.
I am watching it.
You're not watching it at all. Right.
I'm not watching it. It looks absolutely awful. Michelle Yeoh. I don't know anyone else.
And Michelle Yeoh, she was in Star Trek Discovery.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Discovery,
that's why I reckon he will watch this.
Is it dovetailing off of that? Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I reckon he will watch this.
There's a new Star Trek show that's also coming off of Discovery after. We've already had Strange New Worlds.
You watched Lower Decks as well, didn't you?
Yeah, Star Trek.
I did.
We got Star Trek Discovery, and now we're going to have Star Trek Animal Planet.
Yeah. Then Star Trek Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Star Trek
HBO Max.
Yeah, Star Trek Sky One.
Star Trek Sky One actually does sound like it could be a Star Trek.
Man, you're totally watching it.
Star Trek Bravo.
I will bet money. I bet money it will get closer. You won't have anything else to watch, and you'll go, I'm going to try it. And you'll watch the first episode, and you'll go, I didn't like that, but I'm going to see how it goes. You'll be 3 episodes in, and I'll be like, stop watching it. And you're like, I can't. There's nothing else. They've ruined Walking Dead. They've ruined
Well, no, it's a movie, so it's not episodes.
Oh, yeah, it's a movie. Yeah. They're going to change it. In a couple of months, it'll turn out to be a Netflix movie.
We'll find out when he reviews it.
Mm-hmm. It'll be the same time Romulus comes out.
Patreon.
Terry Matalas gave them the DNA and the blueprint for what Star Trek could be and should be for a modern audience, and Paramount just went, fuck it.
Fuck you! Somebody turned to Fede Alvarez. Somebody turned to Fede Alvarez and went, here's all the stuff for Alien, and he went, nah, I'm going to do something else.
Well, I think I need a quick break. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I need a drink.
Thank you for listening to us recap the news. I hope you enjoyed our Alien Romulus discussion. Of course, Ian and I will be certain to review that film somewhere down the line. Go see it.
It'll make loads of money, and then they'll get another one. And then you get to do this all over again.
We get all the
if that is not a fucking great reason for you to go see that movie, what is?
Right. Alrighty, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to be continuing to discuss Alien 3.
Nice.
Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to part 2 of the podcast, where we are going to be discussing whether Alien 3 is a good or a terrible movie.
No. We keep getting that title wrong. The title is Alien 3 and why it is a good movie. And I wanted to do this as a theme, because obviously every month we always talk about different themes, different talking points, different things like that. And after coming off the last, sorry, I hit your leg there. After coming off the last podcast where we didn't really have a theme, because there was a bunch of stuff in the news that I did kind of want to talk about, but a lot of it was really controversial, a bit political, things like that. And I was like, we don't do that here. We don't talk deep shit during the podcast when there's the three of us, especially if we're drinking. We just talk about things we like. And so I was like,
this is why Putin's not doing enough about the Ukraine. Anyway, and we were like, nah, mate.
Yeah, because I'm Wikipedia my shit. Anyway, I was sitting there and I was putting my mind through it. And Gary had managed to get for me the Aliens Expanded documentary, the newest one that has just come out, which is about 4.5 hours long. And it's got all the present stars that are still with us talking about their time working on Aliens with James Cameron, with was it Galen Hurd, with most of the Clash. You've got the cast, sorry. You've got Jeanette Goldstein, you've got Sigourney Weaver, you've got Michael Biehn, you've got Lance Henriksen, you've got fucking the girl who played Newt, you've got William Gibson who played fucking Gorman. Everybody other than Bill Paxton practically and fucking the guy who played Apone are in there talking about the film. And it was an amazing documentary. If you get the chance to watch it, I fucking wholeheartedly tell you to go and watch it if you're an Aliens fan.
One of the best documentaries ever made.
Absolutely phenomenal.
For film fans.
Yeah, I knew a lot of the stuff already, but
it's not very good about the NBA.
But it was just extra stuff that I didn't know. And one of the things that came up that kind of really did bum me out was when he brought up, I think it was James Cameron or somebody brought up Alien 3 and about how bad it was for what it did to Aliens and the franchise. And I took that as a personal insult. And what I mean by that is that when I was younger, I was still relatively fresh, getting into movies, watching sci-fi. You know, I was still watching Battlestar Galactica while people were getting into Star Trek Next Generation. I was still watching stuff from the classics and then coming up and doing stuff for myself. I hadn't watched Alien or Aliens, but I came across the books at a car boot sale, Alien, Aliens, and Alien 3, written by Alan Dean Foster, and I was like, oh god, I need these books, because I'd heard of Aliens, and I wanted to watch it, and here are the fucking books. I didn't even know they made films into books, and so I convinced my mum, can you get me these books? She says yes, so I take them home. I read the books. I read Alien, then I read Aliens, then I read Alien 3. And I was lucky enough, because at the time when you're at home, especially when I was growing up, there was only 4 channels in the house. You had BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, and Channel 4. That was it. No, we didn't have Sky. No, we didn't have hundreds of channels we could fall back on. Hundreds of streaming,
like Richie Sunak.
Hundreds of streaming channels that are replaying the same movies over and over again.
You get worried about politics. Yeah.
No. Saturday nights, Channel 3 was where I was introduced to a lot of the classic movies that I would grow up and love. Terminator, Terminator 2, Alien, Aliens, Big Trouble in Little China, The Thing, anything by John Carpenter, fucking, you know, most of the stuff that Arnie did. I remember watching Predator and Predator 2 on Channel 3 when I was that 100%. Young. So I was into these fucking movies, and Alien, I'd watched Alien, and then I'd watched Aliens like the week after, and I had the books, and they were absolutely amazing. And then I read Alien 3, and I won't lie, I was depressed after reading Alien 3 because I was just like, what the fuck? And then news reports start turning up in the papers promoting Alien 3. You know, was it 1992? It's coming out. Yeah, I'm 10.
So you'd read the book?
So I'd read the book.
Fucking wikied it before it came out.
I'd wikied it before it came out, right?
You'll never change.
No, fuck that shit.
Now we know why. But finally gone back to the source.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm also seeing this stuff in the newspapers. They are telling you...
It was all about Ripley and Sigourney and her shaved head. That's the articles I remember the most.
Sigourney and her shaved head.
Yeah.
But it was the fact that
cover picture was just right on Front Street everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
You know, Alien 3 dropped. It's got video games. It's got arcade games. There's toys. There's comics. There's all this stuff for Alien 3. And then the film comes out and it bombs. It fucking bombs. And I didn't get to see it in the cinema because I was too young. So
actually, I don't know how well it did financially when it came out.
I don't know about financially, but I know from reading the reviews and things that I saw in the papers that there was an idea that they were never ever going to make another Alien movie again. They certainly. I'll tell you right now. I remember it was in the Sun. They certainly said that there was no way that you would ever see Sigourney Weaver in the role of Ripley ever again.
Well, it was pretty final at the time.
So the box office, was $159.8 million US.
Right.
I mean, obviously, budget was.
It was. I got it up on Wikipedia at the same time.
50 to 60 million.
50, 60 million. Box office 160 million.
So I guess it's a success. So technically, a success.
Right, but
you are talking about the critical response was not. Awesome.
People have gone to see Alien 3 and they are upset because the first two characters to get killed right at the start of the movie is Hicks and Newt. And I understand that because I was like pretty bummed out getting off the back of Aliens. They're killing two of the characters off at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Now, when I was younger, I didn't get it and it did upset me.
Yeah, but it was over there.
When I was older, I got the idea for the tonal shift. Now, I also want to bring up the fact that one of the things that a lot of people always complain about is David Fincher working on Alien 3. Now, I just need to put it in fucking stone. David Fincher did not write Alien 3. David Fincher barely directed Alien 3. He came into a project that was almost half done and they were acting without a script. And he came in and had to hook it all together. And yet he's the guy that has it handed at his doorstep that he's the guy that killed Alien 3. I think that's an absolute fucking travesty. He's the guy who saved...
It was the studio, the producers.
It was the studio and the producers that attempted to kill it because they were trying to do far too much for themselves and not allowing the audience to actually have an idea put out in front of them.
When he came in, they were at the stage with the monks, right? Was that the plan?
There was a half-written story.
Space monks.
There was a half-written story that he was supposed to be doing, but they hadn't gone with that. They were going with the prison idea instead.
I thought that they built that already, or they'd already started that, and they reconfigured it.
No. The prisoners are a combination of the monk story. And the monk story was supposed to work on some kind of wooden planet idea. The planet was
like a wooden Death Star.
Yeah, it was a wooden Death Star, and that they fueled the fire inside, keeping the furnace going, much like the prisoners do. What were you going to say, Gary?
Talking about the producers as well, like one thing that kind of always kind of skirt around as well is that Sigourney Weaver was also a producer for Alien 3, and she enforced a lot of the decisions that were made, such as one alien, no guns. And that was also a big problem for a lot of people at the time when Alien 3 came out, because they wanted more guns.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to see Sigourney bold.
Yeah.
And with one alien, they were hoping for a doubling down of what had just come before it.
Yeah.
Sigourney is also in part to blame for those decisions.
She is. But at the same time, in Sigourney's defense, she didn't want to come back and do the film anyway. Yeah. She was kind of done with the series.
Until they offered her even more money.
And then they offered her even more money to come back. And
did she sign on for the original 2-part idea, though?
No.
No.
Because the original 2-part where it was Michael Biehn as...
Biehn
in the first part A, and then Sigourney was going to come in, and then Ripley was going to come in for the second part.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be followed. They were supposed to develop the Alien female war books stories that had been cultivated around. That Dark Horse had turned into comics and stuff, where Hicks and Newt end up going back to Earth, and then they end up wanting to go back, and they've got to find the mother alien because there's aliens on Earth, and then Ripley turns up, but then that started to get a little bit all confusing because you were questioning, well, where was Ripley in that time while Hicks and Newt had gone back to Earth? Sigourney Weaver at this time, she was wanting to go off and do other projects other than Ripley, but they just weren't kicking off. I mean, she did Gorillas in the Mist, which is absolutely amazing, but
love that
nobody
movie.
Nobody ever remembers that movie. That Sigourney Weaver movie. It's she's Ripley. Nobody ever remembers Working Girl where she's lying in bed.
She's got the same hair, dude. It's really difficult. You fucking she's doing you didn't even change your hair.
She's doing the Ghostbusters. She's doing Ghostbusters too. She's getting out and doing these projects, but everyone's like, we want you to come back and do Ripley. So as an actress, I'm like, yeah, you'd need more money, especially to get me to shave my head. The lineup of actors in Alien 3, I think, are completely always forgotten, and I like I said, I think it's a bit of an insult because you have such a stellar lineup of British actors.
It's an amazing cast.
Who have signed up to do this project, and yet they've got no script. They've got barely any backing for their stories, but they have to pretend that they're prisoners on this prison planet. And I have to say, in my own opinion, they film inside Fury 161 for the majority of that film. They never once go outside, but you fucking know they're on another planet. They're not on Earth. Yeah. They're not on Mars. They're not on everything. You watch that EV fly through and crash land on that planet. These guys are still indoors for the rest of the production. You know that. When they tell you they can't go outside because it's 40 below,
well, even when they go out to that one small bit where the guys attack her, you get a sense of the environment, don't you?
Really hostile. Yeah.
And that is that's good world building because they haven't got anything to give you. They've got no money, no production behind them. The producers aren't going, here, more money. Let's see more of the planet.
I love the set design of 3. It's really
great. But it's so minimal that, it's like the first movie, isn't it? The first movie, when you're just on the ship, you're just believing everything you're seeing because you're along for the ride. And that's what I think is one of the strongest things about Alien 3 is that it doesn't hold your hand and pull you through. It literally yanks you through by saying, look, we've got this story to tell. We haven't got long to tell it.
Yeah.
And so we've just got to keep going. When you killed Nix and when you killed Hicks and Newt, when you killed Hicks and Newt at the beginning of Alien 3, for a lot of people that was a big no-no.
It was. I still to this day remember renting Alien 3. I got my nan to rent Alien 3 and I sat there and watched it, and I thought I was watching the wrong film. Like, I was in disbelief. I cried.
Yeah.
When it was on screen, I was like, I needed to stop the film, rewind it, and play it again because I'm like, no, like that you don't do that. Like, it doesn't happen.
See,
I hated Alien 3 for years and years and years. And it was only until Alien Resurrection came out, and I latched on to Alien Resurrection.
Oh, that's not that
bad. No, because I loved Alien Resurrection when it came out. I mean, I was still in my teen years then. Like, I didn't know. I just loved it washed 3 away.
There was a big gap. Wasn't there a big gap between Resurrection and 3? It felt because obviously we were in
3 was 92. 3 was 92. Resurrection was 97. So it was only about 5 or 6 years. Yeah.
I think that because obviously if you think about when we were born, and obviously Alien was like 79 and stuff, so we already we got to see Alien and Aliens when we were like of age to watch it. Yeah. So that's like boom, you get Alien. Oh, you get Aliens, and then you get Alien 3. So I think to me, Resurrection felt like it was a huge weight. Because I didn't have to wait from 1979, so I wasn't even born yet. I just get to watch him. Do you know what I mean?
It felt like a huge weight because what we had been told after Alien 3 came out and it had been a bit of a failure, we were being told that they were not going to be making any more films after this. And Ripley would not be returning to the series because it had been a failure. And like I said, all of the hate had been thrown at the feet of David Fincher. And David Fincher had to say, I'm not part of that project. But for me, I'd already read the book, I knew what was coming, and I was ready to sit down with the film, even though I had everybody around me who'd already seen the film before me telling me that it was absolutely bad. Now, Hicks and Newt died at the beginning. I'm already prepared because I've already read the book, and I've already got the sense that I'm glad that both of them had died. And here's why.
Shocking.
Here's why. Why would I want a young girl on a planet full of prisoners, murderers, child rapists? How are we going to write that story into this sci-fi movie? It brings far too many extra emotional layers into it. Yes, I'd like to have seen Ripley spend her time protecting Newt throughout this movie, or protecting her from aliens, but that's why also we've got Hicks. And at the same time, before we get too crazy, it's canon that that's not Hicks in the cryo chamber. Is it?
Is it canon?
If you count the game,
I don't
know. Okay, sorry. Wait, I know what you're talking about. I know you're talking about the game, but like I said, I don't know that is.
It's canon for the game.
I don't think it's recognised. I don't think Aliens: Clone Marines is recognised by anyone.
Because I'm not being funny. If you released if you released a new movie tomorrow, set whenever you want, and Hicks is alive in it, I mean, you can't rely everyone's played Colonial Marines.
No, but if they turned around and they showed the sequence and people said, "Oh, where's that sequence from?" You could, it's game.
I think you'd have to just totally explain it anew to a new audience.
You would, and like I said, I get what you're saying, though. I believe
but
Hicks
also
was in his cryo chamber and he died on.
Watching that the first time, as far as I'm concerned, Hicks and Newt just died off screen.
Yeah. And
you do make a really good point, though, that in a way it's kind of like, yeah, do you really want to see Newt on that planet? Obviously you don't, but it would have brought a lot of opportunity for Ripley to, like, you know, be this fucking, you know, protector and badass. I mean, but there's always been that issue, hasn't there, with Newt and Ripley, where there was that deleted scene in Aliens where she explained she had a daughter, and she has to get told that her daughter, which is like, well, now you know why she's so, when she meets it, she's instantly like,
and like with Colonial,
it's a replacement daughter for her in every way, isn't it? You know?
Like with Colonial Marines, you could then go, well, I accept this stuff in Colonial Marines as canon, like I accept the stuff in Alien Isolation as canon with the extension of her daughter and things like that. But let's just stick with Alien 3, and like I said, they've killed off Hicks and Newt. Now, that wasn't David Fincher's idea. He didn't say, I need to kill these two characters off at the start before I make the rest of my film. No, it was already done. And then he came along and he just had to put it together. And I know it hurts everybody, but man, does Alien 3 start depressing before they even die. I love that 20th Century Fox fucking tune when it goes da 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 da
like that just got taken off life support as well.
And you're like, this is going to be a harsh fucking movie.
Yeah.
And it's dark and depressing right from the start. And I like that. I like that Alien starts dark, but gets, you know, funkier and fun, and we get the Marines and we have some great times, and then the Marines get wiped out and you feel really bad, but they all kind of come together, and then they fight and they kill some more, and a couple more of them die, and then you get to the end and you watch Newt and Hicks and Ripley climb into those cryo chambers, and you're like, oh my god, yes, I'm so happy they survived.
It's a new family
I feel
unit,
good.
You know, even with their dodgy uncle Bishop.
Yeah. I'm going to get to Bishop in a sec as well, but with at least Alien 3, you did have to bring it back to the dark, tense, depressing universe that we are kind of used to.
I like that Alien 3 reminds us that the alien universe is horrible.
It's hostile.
And for me, it's the film that just goes, you know what, your chances of surviving, if you even come close to a xenomorph outbreak in any way, your chances of surviving is like 0.1%.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting away intact.
It's also, like, you know, it's awesome that we get to see the sort of, the change in the alien physiology, because it comes out with dogs.
Absolutely, because that for me was the biggest creative burst of idea in Alien 3, was that it was on a dog.
So, and then that
launched all the toy lines.
You know,
to go,
oh my god, there was
all of the variations.
Snake alien.
Exactly.
And the fact that she can be, you know, I've not seen one like this, it moves differently. And blah, blah, blah,
I like that the games explored some of that, and I would have liked to have seen more of that evolution in the movies. But obviously, as we know, the movies like to play around with the black goo instead of what the facehugger can impregnate.
Here we go.
And
that was another point I wanted to make as well. Why Alien 3 is a good movie, because with all of the crap going on in the background, with all of the interference, with all the producers, with all the shake around with the writers, you know, and the assembly cut and the theatrical cut being chopped in places, it still works as an Alien movie. It didn't have to intersect new things into the lore. It basically had your basics. Your hero, Ripley, landing on a planet with an alien and seeing how far she can survive by the end. And one of the best sequences, I think, in the entire movie is when she does come across the damaged Bishop droid. And they have this damaged model. And every now and again, when I watch it, I keep having to remind myself that that's not actually Lance Henriksen in makeup. Just a puppet. It's just a puppet. But they lip sync that sequence so well that
Ripley, I like your new haircut.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still in there.
Exactly. Lance Henriksen is doing his best to be Bishop from the last movie, but he knows he's damaged. He knows he's destroyed. And when he's telling her, like, she's like, was there an alien board? He was like, it was with us all the way. The company know everything. It hollows you out.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, that is great acting. He is voicing this fucking puppet, but I am feeling the emotion through Sigourney Weaver telling me that she knows she is fucked. Especially that sequence when she sits across...
No, you're fucked. That's instantly
when she sits across...
God, I love Brian Glover.
Brian Glover, Charles Dance, Charles S. Dutton, Pete Postlethwaite, Paul McGann. Fucking, there are so many great British actors in this fucking project. That's why I love the fact that all three of the original Alien movies are strong British productions, and especially Alien 3 with those British. You could have had Americans all in there. You could have easily had Americans all in there, and yet they're all British actors. Yeah, and they're all carrying their parts. Even the few of them.
Kept up with Romulus, it's a whole British crew.
Yeah.
No, it is an all British crew. Isn't
Well,
it?
okay, yeah, but it's also the fact with the prisoners in Alien 3, we don't have to have many backstories with them. Every now and again, we just get a glance and we're like, oh, we don't like him. Mm-hmm. He looks scary.
Well, you essentially, you immediately know it's like, this is maximum security. This isn't fucking... Yeah. No one's here for like cheating on the taxes.
No.
You know what I mean?
These guys are supposed to be the worst scum of the universe.
Maybe Dale Preston.
And yet, the alien is more scarier than them. And you don't even really see the alien a lot. You know, a lot of people complain that there's some CGI, and some people complain that there's some bad puppet work. I like the combination of the two because it was 1992,
well, yeah, I mean,
1993 for me. Special effects were pretty shit.
They're trying to make the fucking alien move fast, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's the first time you've really seen one, even in Aliens, where they're moving more, but they're not super fast in it.
No,
when they're crawling at the thing, you know, they're trying to make like this fucking thing runs along walls. It's like this is frightening.
Yeah.
Like
now,
this one will get you.
We've been corrected many a times in the comment sections that it's not CGI, and I'm like, yeah, I knew that, but it looks like CGI.
Well,
is what I want to say, is because it is so awfully superimposed into the frame, where the lighting doesn't mesh or doesn't reflect off it
through the doorway.
So I mean, they used a puppet in some shots and it looks great. The puppet looks great, but yeah, the bit where it's superimposed in and moving fast, that's what it looks like. Bad 90s CGI, but it's not.
Yeah,
but it's what it looks like.
Okay, it's bad superimposing
where it goes across the bar
because there's another shot, if I remember rightly. I mean, I can't remember if it's a puppet or not. It probably is, but there's that shot in the director's cut where Golic has opened up the big, massive, huge prison doors that they've tried to seal the alien in, and you see it run out after it's killed him. You don't see him get killed, you just see it run out. And I remember seeing that, and like you said, it's probably my memory of just a superimposed puppet onto this camera. And it just doesn't sit right with the lighting, and so it does just look like a computer generated image is being planted on there. There's another shot where I think you see it on the ceiling and they throw a flare at it, and the flare goes past it, and it just doesn't look right with the background.
The lighting and the composition is all wrong.
You know, okay, yes, it's not CGI, but it is superimposed.
But the shots with the puppet in it and the way that it's lit, literally, like I think I said it in the review, but Alien 3 has one of my favorite shot of a xenomorph of the entire series of films, and it's when, you know, the brothers are going down the hallway and all candles go out, and then they go running up, and
the picture of the dragon.
It's when he goes, it was the dragon, and it bites, does the chomp thing, and then the head sort of rears up and it looks up, and the face is all covered in blood.
Yes.
You rarely see a xenomorph with a face covered in red blood.
Yeah, and it's like it smiles.
Yeah,
you know, but it's not
so good. And then the music score, I'm like, Alien 3, like I think its music score is underappreciated.
I love Alien 3.
I Ripley stalking
with the pipe.
Yeah. And she gives that whole monologue.
You've been in my life
You've
so
been in my life
long.
so long. Twats and opens up this rotted pipe, and she's like, balls.
I had to, like I said,
that made me be like, shit.
I had to have this conversation out because I got the actual chance to go and watch Alien 3 on the big screen. And I was umming and ahhing which one I was going to watch, the director's cut or theatrical. And I said
for Alien 3.
For Alien 3, because it was
an
going to be
assembly cut.
Yeah, it was going to be the first time I'd watched it on a big screen. I've seen Alien and Aliens. This is my first time watching Alien 3 on the big screen. You know, I told myself I was just going to watch the theatrical because that was the first version I ever watched. That's the version that I know of Alien 3. When I think of the assembly cut, there's things I don't like. I prefer the theatrical cut.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you that I prefer the theatrical cut as well. I liked the assembly cut because I liked seeing all the additional scenes.
Yeah, those were great.
The thing is, I think there is a fan cut that exists now.
Yeah,
where a fan that, like us, goes, you know what? Yeah, the bull. No, it goes back in the dog.
It goes back in the dog.
Assembly cut, remove that bit.
Yeah,
and a few other little changes here, as well as Ripley's
death.
sacrifice at the end, with the The assembly cut just has Ripley go in, whereas in the theatrical, the Queen bursts out, and we like that too.
Yeah, I like that.
We like the image of Ripley holding it to her chest as she goes in.
Yeah,
I think that's great.
I love that.
So yeah, I think there's now a fan cut, which I think is for me the definitive cut of Alien 3 now.
I always preferred the theatrical, to be honest. I always thought that was better.
The runtime I think is also quite right.
I love the dog.
I mean, it's kind of like, again, sorry, with like, it's like with
Romulus, having Romulus have 40 minutes.
We were like, fucking, like, it could have ended 20 minutes ago, and we would have been,
we're still going.
Been better. And it's like, moves too fucking long. Say it every month.
Having the dog impregnated in Alien 3, I think works so much better than the cow. I know the cow is kind of an easy thing. The facehugger drops on it, the cow dies, they take it in, and then it bursts out the cow. When the dog gets grabbed, you have that sequence where the guy's just like, what's happened to your face, Spike? Who would do this to a dog? And if you're a dog lover, you kind of feel that, like, oh fuck yeah, that thing's had a facehugger on its face. Then you go through the funeral sequence. I think the funeral sequence is one of the most underrated fucking sequences in the entire Alien 3 franchise. I know how everybody talks about Hicks and Newt dying and how sad it is.
No, but the way it's cut with the fucking thing coming out, and then she bleeds from her nose.
And the dog punching at the same time. But it's just emotional, because the only other funeral sequence we've got is in Alien when they blow Kane's body out of the airlock. And that's actually, when I went back and watched that, that's a little bit hollow, because you've just watched your mate die, and Dallas is like, has anybody got any words? And they're all kind of in shock, and they don't know what to say, and he just hits the button, and he just shoots the body off, and it's just like, we're just going to...
And it's just some gentle alien music playing.
We're just going to carry it on. In Alien 3... they're disposing of these bodies, and Brian Glover does his little speech, your standard, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Yeah.
And then Charles S. Dutton steps forward and does this fucking
beautiful bit of poetry.
Amazing poetry, which, even though he is a murderer and a rapist, and you're going to tell this, and he's a bad guy.
At the ass end of space.
He's found God at the ass end of space, and he's at least trying to give everyone here a moment of clarity that yes, in the overarching universe, people die all the time, but life can find a way from this. Yeah. Balancing that, like Andy said, with the fact that you're watching this dog fall on the floor and squeal and hurt, and the alien is punching, and the fact that when the alien climbs out, it's not a chest burster per se. It's already kind of partly developed.
Yeah,
as
it's
a
kind of
small
articulated,
dog,
isn't it?
I like because you see it come out and it's already starting to shed its skin. Completely. And I like this kind of got its Bambi legs before it scutters away. It was really cool. Yeah,
and it leads into when that guy dies in the fan. Year 6510. I fucking love it. Man is still alive. In the director's cut, he doesn't say anything. He just happens to see something on the floor and look into the vent, and then the alien spits acid in his face. I much prefer it when he's actually thinking that's his dog down there. Yeah. I wonder how he didn't find the dog's body with the blood hole. Maybe the alien came back and took it for food or whatever. I don't know.
Maybe.
But the way he's cleaning this pipe, and then he looks through, and he gets spat in the face, leading to just one of the funniest lines, I think, in the Alien series is where Charles Dance is called there to look and understand what's happened to his party. He's just like, it's Murphy. How do you know? That's his boot. Charles Dance is such a great actor.
Hell yes, he is.
And having him have this one-on-one relationship with Ripley, I know she's just gotten off the back of having a thing with Hicks. And I have a problem with her sleeping with Charles Dance in this movie as well. But the more times I watch it, I get why she's bonding with him.
I really don't have a problem with it, I've got to admit.
I get why the woman is lost. Yeah.
It's like, fucking, what else?
It's a distraction.
But then it's undercut as well. But then he gives that great origin story, and it's like, you still trust me with a needle.
Yeah,
it's fucking great.
Charles Dance, he delivers that story.
It's just
so
Charles
well.
Dance being fucking great, isn't it?
Because
it's a shame that he dies right after that.
He does. It's harsh, but
but that's so fucking good.
Yeah,
the way it comes through the fucking
sheets.
Yeah. Oh, fucking love that shit.
And it brings us
Mate, he's like,
without Alien 3,
yeah,
you don't have one of the most iconic film shots in film history, which is bold Ripley with the alien like right there,
right in her face. Yeah.
And so
it's great.
So when people sit there and go, well, Alien 3 is not one of the best movies in the franchise, stop using its fucking image then to promote the movie. Use one of the images from the other movie if you want to. Oh, but you want to use the one that actually captures Ripley and the alien in one shot and shows the fear of what you want. Well, I'm sorry, but that
most people that close to an alien are usually dead.
Yes.
But
they just did it on Romulus.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
I know they did the one with the facehugger, but there's also the other one all bathed in blue and everything.
That's right. Yeah,
it's 100% from
Alien 3.
100%.
Yeah. So even now in the movies that are nowadays,
and also that was the first time where we, as an audience, are like, it didn't kill her.
It didn't kill her.
Why wouldn't it kill her?
Why didn't it kill her? And we started to understand a little bit more about actually what was going on with the alien life cycle. Yeah. Now, like I said, for me, first time I watched, when I was able to watch Alien 3 on the big screen, I was sat there and I was just enjoying the music. I was enjoying the visuals. This is what really brought up me wanting to do this theme, was I actually took the time while it was on the big screen to really fucking properly look at the movie. And I'm like, you know what? For all the production problems they've got in the background, for all of the shit that David Fincher had to go through, he's pulled this together with his cast and crew and he's made this work. It is still very much memorable, to the point I was, like I said, I'm sat there watching on my own, and I'm getting to the part where it's got to the end. Ripley has climbed up from the molten lead. She's left Dylan down there. They've dropped the lead on the alien. Yeah, the alien's jumped out. She's dropped water on it. I mean, are we sure that's not CGI when it jumps out and it's covered in lead? Is that a puppet?
It's CGI when you see like the veins popping on its head.
When the water hits it.
Yeah, when the water hits it. Yeah.
So there is CGI in the movie.
Yes, there is.
Okay,
yeah,
just checking, right.
Yeah.
And then the alien pops because it's hard, blow it up, blah blah blah. Yeah. And you get that sequence where she closes the cage on Bishop and she's like, no. And you were defiant, like, yes, don't give him the alien. I don't believe Bishop.
But I was like, first time watching it, I was completely so. I was like, no, like we've already lost Hicks and Newt. Ripley, don't just like go with him, please.
Please give him the embryo. Just take the.
I mean, at that point, because I'd still not gotten over the ending of Gorillas in the Mist, so I was not.
Fucking hell.
I was not ready for a fucking double.
Just when you see that machete walk in the tent, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
So fucking... I was not prepared to see it happen.
How much of a moment of levity is it though in that brilliant chase sequence with because it's a great fucking plan as well.
The tunnel sequence with the corridors,
because of it being like, you go through the whole thing of like, what weapons have we got? And it's like, oh, we got some spud peelers down in the fucking commissary. And she's like, we're fucked. No, you're fucked. But so they come up with this amazing plan of fucking smoking the damn thing out of the tunnels, whatever. And it's like, first of all, you have, guys, my door's not working, which fucking cracks me up every time I see it. And then obviously you have when they do the run through and he slams it. He's like, this thing is really pissed off.
And you got Pete Possum where he's like, door 2AB, close, I hope.
Yeah. It's just such a weird, but great, but just so sort of like subverts what's going on in the movie. This like these little touches of humor. That are just, but it's that kind of like that. Okay, they're prisoners. It's like a kind of like I don't know. Team mentality. It's like an army mentality. It's they're all fucking in the shit together. And they're all doing this thing, and it's without being funny. It's a typical bloke reaction to be like scary in it. Should I crack a joke or something?
Yeah, but it's the build up before that.
Telling shit dad jokes when you're fucked, right? In Romulus, it's like that kind of thing.
The build up before that is actually brilliant as well because, like you said, they've realised the aliens there. They're wanting to capture it. I mean, between the theatrical and the assembly, you've got this vague understanding, especially from the book as well, that they use all that gunk to coat the corridors, and then they use the fire. Now, depending on which version you see in the when you watch the guy go,
always makes me think of Warworld.
Thank
God.
Yeah. In the theatrical version, the alien just escapes. In the assembly cut, they force the alien into this like giant hold place and close the door, and then Paul McGann's character Gollick comes back and re-releases the alien back out into the prison, which I think is an absolute brilliant story arc. They just decided to cut because of pacing issues and the way the alien looks when it tries to escape and things like that. I get why they did it. It really doesn't make much difference to me when I'm watching theatrical. I'm like, oh, that would be there, but they've skipped over it. It's that meeting that they have where Ripley emotionally stands up in front of the prisoners. The prisoners are all pissed off at her. You brought this fucking thing here. It's killed all of my mates. What the fuck are we going to do? We're all fucking dog meat. And 85. Superintendent, I can't remember his name.
Andrews.
Andrews, yeah, it's not. Is it Andrews? Yeah. He turns around and he says, "Look, we'll just wait for the company to arrive." And Ripley's just like, the first time they came across this thing, it was crew expendable. The second time they sent in the Marines, they're expendable. What do you think they're going to care about with a bunch of lifers who found fucking God at the ass end of nowhere? And Charles S. Dutton stands up, doesn't he? He goes, "I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fight this thing. You know, do you want to die on your knees begging, or do you want to die on your feet?" "Well, I ain't been done much for begging. Nobody gave me nothing." And it just rallies. I'm like, yeah, you're all gonna die, but let's fucking try to kill this thing anyway.
Try for us all.
Yeah. Now, when Ripley,
I have to say, to already go back about the bishop turning up.
Yeah,
like you say, like how it doesn't extend the lore. But it for me, it's a fascinating look into the Weyland-Yutani bishop, android, human,
the tactics lineage, that they'll use as a company as well.
Yeah, whether it's tactics, whether he is human, whether he is an android or synthetic or an artificial person. I'm sorry, not racist to androids. I like all of that. I love watching that scene play out and the way that Lance plays the part.
Yeah,
because he's so human in his delivery.
He is,
and that's why I'm like, he's telling the truth. Like, look, he's got these. No, wait a minute, he's got a chestburster cage.
I was going to say, and it's the fact he's got those heavily armed bioweapons guys with the guns. It's like, if you're so friendly, why do you need those big guns?
Well, he's going to a prison planet.
It's the triple tap of the no. Fucking play that like 3 times.
When Ripley falls back into the furnace and kills herself with the alien. Like I said, I was watching on the big screen and I was building up to it, and I was just, and the music's crescendo, dun dun dun. The light goes, the furnaces do that final burn, and then they go out, and then the planet turns. You get that final brightness of the sun, and that goes out. And remember, this is 1992. These special effects aren't anything major, but with the way that it's being built up and the music, I'm fucking feeling it. I'm sad. I'm sad when I finish watching Alien 3, because I've been following this series with this female hero at the front of it, and she's just had to die to just try to stop this creature from getting out. I still don't know if the derelict ship is still there on that Route 426.
If you think about it, like, again, with the delete, as soon as the second time she loses a child.
There is. You
know what I mean?
Yeah,
you see,
totally.
She has that kind of, like, fucking,
But it's that bit, I was sat, and I was just getting up to go and turn the DVD player off that's connected to the big projector that I was watching the film on. And as I'm walking, it's doing that slow camera kind of round of the prison. And it's so weird and ghost-like, because the prison is empty and everything seems to be cleaned and tidied up, and doors are being shut. And it honestly felt, while I'm watching it, I've watched the movie 100 times, but it still felt like there could have been a time where that was it. There were no more Alien movies after that. They could have just shelved the franchise for the rest of the fucking years, Sigourney Weaver just has this thing, that's it. But it's when you get that last message, this is Ripley, all of the crew are dead, Ash, blah 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 blah. This is Ripley, last survivor of the Nostromo, signing off. That I stopped for a moment, and I'm a 41-year-old guy, almost 42 this year. I was immediately taken back to being 10 years old, 12 years old, first time I watched this movie. I'm being told that there's going to be no more movies after this franchise. The franchise is dead. I hope you enjoyed your movies, because they're not going to be making any more after this. Yes, I got loaded in with AVP and Alien Resurrection and Romulus and Prometheus and Covenant and things like that. I've been loaded by all this fucking shit since day one. I don't give a fuck. But I'm stood there and I'm listening to Ripley, and I'm like, man, say what you want about this film, about how bad it is. When that final message goes, and it actually says, like, right at the end, it says end of transmission. It tells you Fury 6-1 was sold off, parts for scrap, end of transmission. And then the movie ends and the credits start to roll. It's like, whoa, that was fucking intense.
Yeah.
You can say what you want about it being a bad movie, and it's got weak plot points. Everything fucking has all over the place. We can pull any movie off the shelf, and I mean, Aliens has got continuity errors in it. But the fact that you can just simply watch Alien 3 for an hour and a half and get this overarching finishing arc for Ripley. Yes, there's things in there you don't like. Yes, there's things in there that you don't want to happen. But it does, and you have to go with it. And like you said, you're remembering her going down there and throwing that pipe, trying to, Gary's remembering quotes of sequences because it emotionally hit you with enough of the punch to make you go, man, yeah, this movie deserves more recognition and more praise than what it does get because people were hurt. They were hurt the film didn't go the way they wanted it to. But it's not Fincher's fault. It's not even Weaver's fault. Partially, it's not even Walter Gill's and the other writers' fault for the original idea. They managed to save something at the end of it and piece it all together. And it's actually, personally, in my mind, 10 times better than a lot of films that we have out there nowadays.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was drinking.
No, sorry. I was actually taking the moment to breathe because I'm thinking, is there anything more I want to say about said too much?
Like, Alien 3 is, it's a mini masterpiece. And it's amazing that such a good film came out of such a troubled production.
Yeah.
I've often said, like, if you want to, we like to talk about shit shows behind the scenes of some movies.
Yeah.
Like, get Alien 3 special edition, buy the box set or whatever.
Yeah.
Because we already mentioned, like, Alien... extended documentary. The Alien 3 behind the scenes documentary is fascinating when you see and hear all of the problems from beginning to end.
Yeah,
like it's a fascinating insight.
There's so much online as well because it's one of those most sort of investigated movies, I suppose.
Yeah.
People are so fucking interested in it and stuff.
Right.
I mean, I watched it when you mentioned it. I watched it, so I guess I watched it a couple of weeks ago or something. I kind of like half watched because I've seen it so many times. I kind of like half watched it.
Alien 3,
working. While I was working. But then I found myself just like when I had time, I just kind of like started kind of investigating into it online, and I was like, "Fuck, there's so much information about this movie. It's crazy, stuff that I'd totally forgotten about it. To be honest,
Aye.
Yeah, man, it's totally fucking worth, and it earns its place in the. In the fucking sequence, 100%.
Yeah. Well, just to before we wrap things up, I figured it might be nice to just because the three of us have kind of just shared our love for Alien 3.
Yeah.
I've selected a few reviews from the interwebs of people that really did not like Alien 3, just so we can just see where it is they're coming from.
Yeah.
And so this first review is from May 2006 from Bob the Planet. And he said it sucked.
Fuck you, Bob. So I'm going to do the opposite of the Q&A.
Right. Yeah. Fuck you, Bob.
Sucked. That sums it up. The most disappointing sequel I've ever seen. A remake of the first film with moronic skin-headed gits running around. Tie some wet towels on their heads and call it Monty Python's Alien Buggery Ball. They're just movies, but they should be consistent and entertaining.
Oh, that motherfucker must have loved it when Prometheus and Covenant dropped.
Shambling direction.
How badly do you want to watch Monty Python's Alien Buggery Ball, though?
Me too.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Shambling direction, despair. Wobbly acting, despair.
Oh, fuck
Black
you on the
holes
acting.
in the plot,
The
despair. Too many low camera angles. What, is Fincher an upskirt voyeur?
I mean, he didn't...
Despair. Creature effects that remind me of a squirrel chasing its nuts around. More despair. And what was the point of making this POS?
I'm so glad that we worship the planet that Bob the Planet comes from, because obviously his reviews matter so much.
Well, just getting a perspective.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Okay, here's one from George747.
Oh, hey, fuck you, George.
One of the worst movies in the history of movies.
Oh, he's never seen fucking leeches.
I've never seen a movie so blatantly ignore continuity.
I thought he was going to say, I've never seen leeches then, and that would have been amazing.
Wait, yeah.
There were no eggs in the sleep chamber. The hypersleep pods are totally different. The ship design was different. The Sulaco painted on the ship was white instead of black. The alien was blatantly stupid in not cocooning the victims in the previous films. Killing off the main characters was pointless. The prisoners know only one word. The F word.
Fuck off.
The gore is excessive and thrust directly in the audience's face, unlike the stylish methods of the first two films.
I know!
This was not an Alien movie. It was a copycat clone that screwed up every chance it got. Those who say it was a good or an okay film are forgetting that this is a sequel which has certain responsibilities to live up to. Michael Bean Hicks once said, "They will never top Aliens." He was right.
And he is right.
I mean, he is right in that regard.
He is
they've
right.
still not topped Aliens.
Alien 3 didn't top Aliens, but I don't think it ever intended to.
Well, I mean...
But we are talking about...
I think every film tries to. And,
yeah, but we are talking...
They don't set out to fail.
This is the same guy that complains that the gore is excessive, and gore is excessive where? Like, you get that one dragon shot.
You got the guy who ends up in the fan.
You don't really see that.
No,
you see him slide, but then you see. Yeah. What I'm saying is, the gore of the chestburster sequence from Alien is more excessive than any of the kills I would say in Alien 3, because of the way that Alien 3 is filmed and obviously edited. They keep more of a focus. Fuck George.
Fuck it. I watched this horror movie and the gore was excessive.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Yeah. There were far too many scary scenes in this horror movie.
Well, let's see what Jeff G had to say. He wrote this on my birthday.
It's in the family.
So. Right, okay.
Calling this movie a disappointment is an understatement. Alien 3 would be a bad movie on its own, but following the masterpieces that were Alien and Aliens makes it even worse.
Oh my god.
Alien 3 is relentlessly grim. For starters, Newton Hicks are killed off literally at the beginning.
Spoilers, bro.
The two people who gave Ripley some much-deserved completion and happiness in her life at the end of Aliens are instantly killed.
But nothing...
It's not a good sign when the audience is depressed before the opening credits are even over. The setting of the movie is really bleak as well. It's not on an abandoned prison colony, on a hot, lice-infested planet, I'm guessing, occupied by criminals who have formed some kind of religious cult. Ripley, like all the other
it's just the setting of the movie is really bleak as opposed to Alien and Aliens, which are in this like wonderful
sunny rainbow
tropical fucking like island.
It looked like she was so happy when the Marines turned up.
She's down there like, this water's clean.
The hopelessness of the whole scenario and the fact that there are no likable characters other than Ripley makes this a real downer.
Fuck off.
The whole movie is really ugly to look at and it's badly lit. I very much disagree with that. The inept direction and editing make the whole movie real confusing. The score is decent, but hardly matches up to the excellent scores of Jerry Goldsmith and James Horner in the first two films.
And taking into account James Horner stole his music from Wrath of Khan.
Oh, yeah, he just reused it.
So, and he took it from Wolfen as well. So we cannot use James Horner as a go-to for great music when he used the same music for 3 films.
Yeah. That's a good piece of music.
So.
No!
You can't steal from yourself, dude.
No, but you can steal from films. It's like, okay, when I said that...
You can call him lazy.
Oh, yeah, yes. Sorry. James Horner's lazy.
Yes.
Sorry.
But great.
There is difference.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
We can forgive laziness, it's fine. But he concludes by saying, do yourself a favour and skip this movie as well as Alien Resurrection.
Oh, so he wrote this...
when he watched Alien Resurrection.
He'd already watched Alien Resurrection and was just... Do you get the feeling he was actually more pissed about Alien Resurrection? He's just like, I'm going back. Fuck this one.
I'm going to see what Alien 3's
Resurrection is bad because of Alien 3's ending. Left it with nowhere to go.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to MCB Fan 12.
Fuck you, Fan 12.
I'm not sure I've seen a film as poorly made as Alien 3.
So this was done in March 2009?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do we think MCB is? I don't know. Donald's Burgers?
Possibly.
Trying to go back to 2009, I was like, if it was MCU, I'd be able to fucking knock that out really fast. So anyway, sorry, Karen.
Anyone who hasn't seen this abomination should avoid this film like the plague. It sucks in every way. It starts off by killing all the characters the audience has grown to like.
Yawn.
It throws out everything that made the first 2 movies great and replaces it with a mutant-infested prison colony. And at the ass end of space. Who wants to see that, I wonder?
I don't know, you're describing a different movie.
Yeah.
The plot unfolds in a generic slasher-by-the-numbers flick, but you will never get to know or like the prisoners. The alien just kills them off randomly and mindlessly. No cocooning like the previous movies. Amidst this mess, Ripley, the last survivor of Aliens, but don't expect her to fill the emotional void, she turns out to be a soulless bitch, torn between the desire to kill herself and wipe out the alien before the company get their hands on it.
The woman's been through 2 movies where everybody around her has died and you want her to be happy about it.
The concept of this movie couldn't be more unoriginal. The first half plays out like a cheesy copy of Alien. The humans don't have guns, and the alien hides in the dark and takes them out one by one. Unfortunately, since the characters were never developed in the first place, this part is completely void of suspense. When the remaining characters realize what's going on, they try to guide the alien through a maze of tunnels to a room with a blast furnace, the only way to kill it. The movie then changes pace and genre in what seems like a pathetic attempt to cater to Aliens fans. The alien chases prisoners through the tunnels for a whole hour of cheesy, muddled action scenes.
Well, it's not an hour.
And the worst special effects
really
in the entire series. Yeah. I didn't go into this movie expecting it to be as good as the first two movies. Third movies never are. But I surely didn't expect it to be this weak. A mockery of the first two movies and an insult to the creative geniuses of Ridley Scott and James Cameron.
Right, okay. Wait, before you carry on, right? He says that. A mockery of the first two movies and an insult to the creative geniuses of Ridley Scott and James Cameron. Right, okay. So who insulted them? Because it wasn't David Fincher. Mm-hmm. What you're saying, what these people are failing to get at this point, and possibly because they didn't know, is that obviously the producers fucking ruined the movie before it even got off his feet.
It is a really good point. So listen, now we're kind of spoiled when it comes to like, you know when a movie hits, whether there's been, say, production problems, whether it's like, oh, we knew this director was attached to it, now it's this director, now there's, they did reshoots, that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
But we didn't know that.
We didn't have the internet.
Exactly. So
these people did by 2009, 2007. They had access to the internet.
That's what I mean. So now it's almost kind of like in hindsight, going back on.
Yeah, but what they're doing, and this is my issue with a lot of these things. Like I have massive issues with people who do the things on Letterboxd as well. I can't stand those fucking things. It's where you're going on the internet and you're watching a movie, right? Like that guy who's writing in 1999. He's just come off the back of watching Alien Resurrection, and at the same time he's going and watching Alien 3, right? Yeah. And so now he's got his feeling that he's got for Alien 3 and Resurrection, and he's going, I hate this movie, it doesn't work because of all these issues, and here's my reasons why you shouldn't watch this movie. Okay, I get that, but it's the fact that what you're trying to say, and like I said, it's the same way I felt when I was reading newspapers when they were telling me about the failings of Alien 3. It's like you're saying to me, right, they should never make any more movies after this because it's bad. And it's like, okay, but they keep making movies. And if Alien 3 is the worst, and these other movies that have come after it aren't actually doing any better, what does that say? Because I try to like all of the movies. I really do. I buy them because I'm a fan, and I put them in the series. So if they turned around to me next year and went, Aliens, Barbie's coming out, and there's going to be Barbie Land, and there's going to be aliens in it.
Take my fucking money.
Right, exactly. I'm like, fuck, I want the
Monty Python one first.
I've got to buy this movie. And people were like, why are you going to buy this movie? Because I'm a fan of the franchise. Yes, I may hate it, and I may not ever want to watch it again, but I'm still going to buy it because I support the franchise and I need to know where they're going with this thing.
Here's the thing, sorry, because obviously I know when you said like you obviously had a better experience watching it the first time because you had the books that you'd already read.
Yeah. I was already prepared. Yeah.
Now, so you were saying when you first watched it, like you were like, you got the wrong fucking movie. Now, so what's interesting to know about these? Obviously, these fucking scathing reviews and that. Like, how many of these people say? Would you have maybe written a similar review if you finished it the first time and I went write a review, do you know what I mean?
I would be sending the most angriest letter I'd ever written.
So this is the thing, man. Is like, there's some of these like. Don't get me wrong, I don't agree with a lot of the points there because I like the movie in the same way. Like when we talk about Romulus, it's like, I disagree with some of it because I liked it, but whatever. It'd just be interesting to me, sort of like it. I feel like maybe I think Alien 3 is definitely one of those movies that's sort of like it's been more appreciated as it's gone on.
As time healed those wounds.
Ironically, not just that, but ironically, as we've learned more about the horrific... Like, when you say it's not Fincher's fucking fault.
It's
like,
not Fincher's fault.
It's not like that information was not readily available.
Yeah.
No.
Was it? It's only as this is the type of movie that's gone on for us to actually learn more about and appreciate from a different perspective and such. Do you know what I mean?
But it's also... Sorry. It's also...
But my point is, like, I find it interesting that, like, chances are you'd have had the same opinion when you first watched it.
But
mine was, I enjoyed that, but it weren't as good as Aliens. Right?
But for me as well...
Which seems to be a lot of my Alien progress.
I get annoyed nowadays because Ridley Scott with Prometheus and Covenant and Fede Alvarez with Alien Romulus had so much support and had so much access to everything that came before, and have all the all the freedom to work whatever they want, but they don't. Instead, they try to shoehorn in a kind of a certain story arc that they want us to accept. Alien 3 is good, like I said, because it
got balls on it.
Yeah, it had such a troubled production. They barely were able to pull two fucking notes together. And David Fincher is a great director that he was able to actually go, right, we'll use that, we'll grab that, we'll put that. Can you guys do this? We'll do that. Yeah, all right, okay. When people say, oh, they just run around the tunnels at the end with guns. Good. I didn't want a remake of Aliens. And yes, you might moan, but they did the exact same thing in Alien. They got chased around the alien and they blew it out of the fucking airlock. The fucking furnace is just basically an airlock. It's emotional. It's heart-wrenching. It's dark. It's disturbing. It's bleak. And that's what you want from an Alien movie. Gary has said this 100 times, and I'll agree with him all the way to the bank. If you start laughing and having fun in a horror movie where you are supposed to be scared, you have failed. Hey, and Alien 3 barely makes me laugh.
I agree with you there, because we made comment, didn't we, when we went to see the remake of Halloween?
Mm.
I can't remember which one. The fucking recent trilogy. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is it Kills?
Which one was it? I think it was Kills, wasn't it? When we said like one thing that we noticed is like people started laughing through a lot of the kills, and we were like, well, let's fuck that then.
Yeah.
What's interesting is like. You went to a different screening than me, but I did notice there's a big jump scare in the fourth act. When fucking the mush, literally it's a fucking jump scare. Which, like, don't get me wrong, it's not a jump scare movie, so I didn't mind that they used a jump scare in the fourth act. But one thing I will say is like a lot of people moved. No one fucking laughed. I'm gonna admit, I saw a lot of people I saw a bit of popcorn like. Ping. And I was like, well, all right, that was a big screen, that got me shit. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I agree with you. As much as I know I said there's a couple of moments of levity that make you chuckle, but it's like it's nervous comedy. It's guys, my door ain't working. It's like, haha, do you know why I'm laughing? Because I'm not that guy. Because that would scare the fuck out of me.
It's like what you said. There's that little bit where the two guys are running in the corridors and they bump into each other and he goes, what are you fucking doing? And he grabs the scissors and he turns it around. You fucking kill somebody.
Thought you were that damn creature.
Morris. That's that guy's name. I love Morris. Because he's a great character.
He's the only one that survives.
He's the only one that fucking survives.
But you know that he's being dragged out by the company, so...
He don't care.
And again, I love the little kind of like snigger that he gives to the guy when he fucking moves him on. It's like it's almost like fucking Mondays. Like, just like,
oh, I forgot. You're the guy who's made a deal with God to live forever.
Well, that's going to bring us to the end of this second part of the podcast.
I mean, thank you all for allowing me to do my rant or recall about how great I think Alien 3 is.
Hell yeah.
Go out and watch it.
Yeah. Don't rewatch it.
Don't come to me. Don't come to me and complain. Because honestly, you come to me and complain, we go our words.
Join our Discord. Send messages directly to you.
Yeah, if you want to put them in an early grave.
Fucking bring it. I'll fucking take it all on.
Alrighty, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll be answering your questions.
Nice.
And welcome back to the third part of the podcast where we're going to be answering your questions.
Nice.
Ian?
I have got all the ones from Facebook. Thanks to everybody who was on the Facebook page and throughout all the Facebook questions for us. Just to let everybody know, obviously I hadn't actually mentioned this to Gary, but last podcast we did have one of our great chauffeurs send us a message in regards to something that had happened with his family and wanted us to do a bit of a shout out. So with the post that I put out this month's podcast, I also threw in a little thing that if anybody had any announcements or birthdays or celebrational things that they wanted us to shout out for, that we would do that, and if it started
to come out... Are we doing a shout out segment?
It would be part of the question.
That's a great idea. We need a jingle for it.
Yes.
On Hollywood Babylon, like, it's a shout out.
No, I've never watched it.
So get your cock out. That's a real thing that exists. It's fucking great.
Okay, right.
Right, so you're going to do the jingle every time.
Oh, hell yeah.
I do not want to see Andy jingle. Thank you very much. I'm good. Thank you very much. Okay. First question is from Natalie Hobart.
Yo, Natalie.
What up, Natalie? Hello, my kittens. Hope you are all well and not melting in this heat. My question is, should aliens come to Earth, what top tips would you give them to help them blend in? Mine would be, whilst in a queue, quietly moan about the length of the queue, and if someone tries to join the front of the queue, then tut extremely loudly, while saying to the person behind, honestly, don't they realise there is a queue? My second tip is when somebody mentions how nice the weather is, you simply murmur, yes, but it's supposed to rain later. I believe that these tips are followed, no one will suspect a thing.
Okay, I'm going to instantly expand on yours and say basically teach them to, when they get to the front of the queue at the coffee shop, to instantly fucking forget what they actually wanted to order. Like, they haven't just been staring at that board at one thing for 10 minutes.
And they always order the same thing.
They just work out, what's a frappe? And I'm stood behind there wanting a black coffee about to stab in the back of the head.
See, this question immediately made me want to know if Natalie has ever watched Resident Alien with Alan
Tudyk.
Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk, yeah.
If you haven't, Natalie, I think you should totally watch it because Alan Tudyk is...
it's on its third season now.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk.
I love Alan Tudyk.
Yeah. Alan Tudyk, he plays this alien that has come to Earth in the attempt to destroy the planet.
Yeah.
He's a scout and he's come to Earth and obviously
It's a comedy. It's a full comedy.
And he... something happens. I haven't watched it. Gary's watched it all the way through. But something happens where he has to mingle with the local people, and he's got this holographic suit. He looks like an alien.
So he looks like Alan Tudyk?
And then he looks like Alan Tudyk.
Right on.
He's wearing a skin suit.
But it's just the way he interacts, because he does everything like... In the first season, I'm pretty sure he does everything exactly the way he thinks it's supposed to go.
Okay.
And obviously people are like, what the fuck?
You're weird.
You're weird. And he's like, no, I'm not. But as it develops, he then starts to involve himself with humans and realize that he doesn't want to destroy them. And then other people start to realize he's an alien. And it all becomes this thing about...
So it's third rock from the sun.
In some ways.
Yeah, but Alan Tudyk is like...
I wasn't taking the piss. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Someone's like, you should watch this, like third rock from the sun.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if an alien was supposed to... Obviously, it's really difficult for an alien to interact or intermingle with human race if it's got, like, wings or giant sticky-out arms and acid for blood and shit. But if it's, like, Starman or, like Alan Tudyk from Resident Alien, I think...
So your advice would be try your best to not look like you.
Yeah. Don't
more. See that guy?
Don't
look over there.
Don't eat anything. Okay. I would say, kind of like with Men in Black, do the most boring job, but do it really well, and so that nobody thinks that you're weird. Because, like, they work at the post office, don't they? In Men in Black 2.
Yeah.
And they all do really well in the post office.
I'd be terrible at teaching an alien etiquette or manners.
Okay. So that's your answer. Gary's terrible at intermingling with people.
Just watch the movies and learn how the human race operates. You'll be fine.
Like Earth Girls Are Easy.
Right, yeah.
You shaved them.
Yeah, but what if he what if the alien watches like John Wick and someone kills his dog or something, then he does destroy...
Where's he going to get a dog from? Is he going to go out and buy the dog?
Well, obviously, if he watches John Wick.
Okay, but what happens if he goes there and then he falls in love with the girl at the counter and obviously doesn't want to buy the dog?
She'll die of a disease we don't know about, and she'll get him the dog.
We should work.
And then he has to cure the disease.
How it starts.
We should work for Hollywood. Okay, next question. The next question's from Jacker Gray. What up, Jacker?
Yo, Jacker.
My question is, out of all the alternate Alien 3 scripts, do you think any of them honestly bear in mind... out of all the alternate Alien scripts, do you think any of them honestly bear in mind the directors they had attached would live up to their hype if they were filmed? I'm thinking his question is, do any of the other alternate scripts actually bear any weight?
For what, Alien 3?
For being developed actually into a strong movie. Like the monks on the wooden planet.
No, terrible idea.
I'm a firm believer in a sequel with Hicks, Ripley and Newt as a happy family would never work. Shout out would be cool too. Keep up the great work, guys.
The only one really that intrigued me of the ones that I saw was kind of that two-parter with Hicks coming in first, and we take like a break away from Ripley.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the first sort of like part of it, for it to build to this one complete story.
I've always loved the Earth Hive female war story when I read it in the comics first.
Yeah, the comic book universe of Aliens has got so many great stories in there that I'm like, I don't know why they don't just take one of those stories and adapt it into a film form.
Is it a licensing thing?
No, because Disney owns all of it now. So they own all of the Dark Horse comic universe because they're still making Aliens comics.
It's honestly, like I said, it's honestly because they've gone back to Ridley Scott, and now Ridley Scott is trying to grab the
aliens. To be fair, yeah, none of those comics have the black goo in it. None of them.
Well, they're also untested in a wider market.
True, true.
They are, but at the same time, the ideas they got in there.
Romulus has already been tested in 2 movies.
like with in the original Alien Book 1 comic that came out in 1991, there was this whole idea that because the Queen is psychic, supposedly, that obviously her hive mind thing can go out there and can influence human beings to get them to help you, which developed the idea that human beings would actually use other people to become hosts so that they could actually join the aliens. The alien is still this massive species that's going to wipe the human race out, but these people believe that they can become one with the alien. I love that idea. Has it been made? No.
Only in video game form.
Only in video game form. I don't believe any of the Alien 3 scripts could have been made individually on their own. I think Alien 3 as well works because it's kind of an amalgamation of a bunch of ideas that were thrown together to make it work.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the prisoners and the forge is basically the wooden planet and stuff like that.
There was the one obviously where Hicks survives, and also Bishop has the alien.
Yes, the most recent one, the audio,
was turned into an audio drama.
That
was actually a pretty good what if Alien 3 story. So that one there, I'd love to see an adaptation of that one, like as a what if. But the audio book's the best we're gonna get.
Yeah. Okay, next question's from Lewis Chenery.
What up, Lewis?
What up, Lewis?
Yo, Lewis.
Hey guys, hope you're well. Not sure if you would have seen it.
You're freaking out not reading the question.
I am. I'm missing something.
I keep aiming not to say hey, but I'm saying it and then saying it.
Oh yeah, that's my bit.
Not sure if you would have seen it by the time of recording the podcast, but thoughts on Alien Romulus? It's got to be better than Prometheus and Covenant, surely. I'm seeing it next week in IMAX. Keep up the great work.
Awesome. Enjoy it in IMAX. It's going to look fantastic.
Sorry we've ruined it for you. By telling you all the bits.
Okay, but I'm going to ask you guys.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had seen it in IMAX, actually.
Yeah.
Do you think Romulus is better than Prometheus and Covenant?
Yes.
Both better than both those movies?
I'm putting it on par with Prometheus at the moment. I like Prometheus.
Right.
And I like Romulus to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
It just lost a whole lot of love for me for its obvious fan bait service crap, and a wonky fourth act.
Yeah.
But other than that, I still liked it. I just want to make that clear as well.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I would put it above both of those. And I'm same as you. And we were literally just talking about, I think, in the break before we turned on that. Like, I like Prometheus as well, but it's just a kind of like I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I love Alien and Alien.
Yeah.
But Prometheus, I like Prometheus.
Yeah.
Okay, next question's from Sean Pierce. What up, Sean?
Sean.
Hi, Ian and Gary. And
the mic's right, Andy. Again.
Do you think that creature design for the Alien franchise has lost its inspiration since the passing of H.R. Giger? For me, the engineers from Prometheus and Neomorphs from Alien Covenant immediately spring to mind. Thanks as always. P.S. Despite some of its flaws, Alien 3 is my favourite of the franchise. After having watched the making of documentary, it is a miracle that the film made it to screen. Thank you, Sean. You backed up pretty much what I just said for the last hour. Yes, do you believe that the aliens...
I didn't like the xenomorph in Alien Resurrection. They looked like the baby Godzillas from the Roland Emmerich movie. You know, I hated watching the aliens just slowly walk around on 2 feet. Like, I really didn't like that. But the aliens swimming, they look lovely.
Yeah, I love
but I've liked the evolution of the xenomorph from 1 into, because we call that the drone. Then you have the warriors in Aliens along with the Queen. And Alien 3 is the dog alien. Resurrection is an amalgamation of the first 2 aliens, because it's not a raw specimen. It's come from a clone of a queen of a face and a thing. So it's kind of got a few differences, but for the most part, I really still like the design. I liked the aliens' appearance in AVP movies. I think they look good there as well when you can see them.
Yeah, right.
I don't like the neomorphs. They were too gangly and thin. But the xenomorph at the end of Covenant was all right. I mean, I think it was because a lot of it was CGI that it kind of didn't work in some shots. But it was fine. And we only we get some good, like, I guess, like money shots in Romulus of the alien. Like, there's a great sequence where we see the alien coming out of a cocoon, and we see its arms open and its fingers uncurling from itself. There's a beautiful shot where the alien's got its hands on its head, and it comes out of the of the egg thing. I was like, oh, it's a great little visual.
That reminded me of 3 in the way, like you said, it gets its Bambi legs. To
yes,
walk.
Yeah.
I'm sort of like literally in 100% agreement with you there, but I didn't. Oh, you know what? I agree with you. Like with Covenant, the funny thing is, like, the only shot I ever actually remember of the xenomorph at the end is that one where it lands on
the ship in front,
and it's like kind of grinning.
Yeah, it's like that's the only real fucking visual. Yeah. So it's kind of like such a bland thing. And in that respect, in a way, I kind of found the was it the necromorph, the earlier.
Yeah.
In a way, I was like, it's a bit more interesting. It's something
the little white thing that
because look, I mean, listen, you can't lose Giger's inspiration because it's fucking there. He's already done it. You know what I mean? Just whatever he gave us in his lifetime was what he gave us. We weren't going to get any more. So. You know, I think they've all pretty much stayed true. I know there's been, like, you know, obviously Resurrection at the end of that one, and
the hybrid.
I mean, I'll let you make your own mind up about the end of Romulus, obviously.
Yeah, but I for one like all of the variations because I think they are like they've kind of you know, the aliens evolve based on their surroundings as well. So yeah, I've liked all of the incarnations we've seen of it.
Queen always looks good.
Yeah,
Queen even in the AVP.
Queen, yes,
yeah.
You know, I love the shot. I'm glad you brought that up. I love that shot in AVP
where he jumps in the air with the spear and just cows it through that alien.
I don't care what people say about the alien queen changing size and things like that. I know that they had to make some changes while they were filming. But when that predator's doing the fucking spin in the air and comes down, I'm like, this is why that's why I love this movie.
I watched that movie. I remember I watched it.
It's the shock face the predator makes as well when he goes.
Yeah, well, that works. I watched that movie the summer it came out or whatever. Me and Donna were away with our family in Yorkshire and we watched it up there. And I remember being furious for 89 minutes of its 90-minute runtime, just like motherfucker. I was so. It's like you were saying about Alien 3. I was so fucking mad because I was so invested in waiting for this movie. But that 1 second where it's like he just fucking comes out of nowhere and he's like, "Cat!" Even I was like, "That was fucking badass."
Because we never.
And then I went back to fucking.
We've never seen anything like that before.
Like probably never will again.
I love the aliens. I really really love the warrior aliens from Aliens. Love that design. Love the change of the head. Love the queen. Love the dog alien, like you said, mutating it with another creature. Never seen that before. Alien Resurrection. Sorry, I got a cough. Alien Resurrection. I thought the suits were pretty weak, and then the CGI on top of that kind of made them look even weaker. So I was excited going into Prometheus and or Covenant, thinking, well, with the tech and the practical effects we've got nowadays, this should be brilliant.
Yeah.
It's not. For me, Prometheus and Covenant did what they did with.
I'll shout out to that birthing scene in Prometheus where it takes the that's pretty
right. Yeah, but that's not. But it's not an alien. It's a squid.
It's a
squid.
Okay, I mean, fuck.
It's a fucking squid. Yeah. Okay, it's not an alien, dude. There are no xenomorphs.
I'm gonna say it's an alien. It's not a xenomorph.
It's definitely an alien.
There are no xenomorphs in Prometheus.
Okay, sorry. From the exact,
even that thing at the end that comes out the engineer.
That is
not.
That is still a good scene, though.
It is a good scene. Yeah.
It would be if she had at least, radioed somebody at the end of it and gone, "Hey, there's a giant fucking weird squid thing in this ship," but she doesn't tell anybody at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Anyway, I thought going into Covenant it would be fun, and even when I saw the xenomorph in the trailer, I thought that's not going to be until the end. And so then I waited to see what would come out, and we got those weird white necromorph thingamajigs that were just jumping around, and you can't see what they're doing. So because I can't see what it's doing, I can't tell if the special effects are working. People are dying. Yeah, I see that guy get his jaw ripped off by the thing's tail, but the thing's gone. I can't see what it looks like. You remember in Aliens when those facehuggers dropped down with Newt and Ripley. Remember those were just rubber little fucking things, and how tense that fucking sequence works because of all the wire work that they had to do. Yeah. That's great.
I think the issues that you've got with the story aside, I think you'll really enjoy those facehugger scenes.
I saw them in the trailer and I thought those look amazing.
Yeah, I think you'll
but
get a kick
it worried me because all of a sudden I'm thinking, you've got all those facehuggers. Where did they come from?
Plastic bags.
Yeah, plastic bags.
Let's not go there. Next question.
I call them vacuum sealed fucking.
Next question is from David Morris.
David.
What up, David? As always, great podcast and reviews. My question is, if you could wrestle any film character, who would it be and why? Maybe someone to prove your manliness like Rambo, or someone who deserves having a can of whoop-ass open on them like Burke.
Elvira.
Fist bumps all round. You said Elvira. Man, I would easily fight Anya Taylor-Joy in any of her films.
Not Northman, she'll fuck you up.
Right.
Northman, she's fucking you up.
You know
go
what?
for the menu.
I know.
She'll have a cheeseburger in her pocket.
I'll go make the witch.
I don't fuck with voodoo.
All
right, so not
Triple H.
Oh wait, no. Knows the
You know what? I'm gonna go right off the wall. I'm gonna fight Harvey Keitel. In his prime as well.
Oh, was it a movie character or?
Yeah, it was a character.
Wrestle any
film character. Harvey Keitel isn't a fucking film character. That's a person.
Harvey Keitel from Taxi Driver.
That's fine. Life on easy mode. Could have gone Bad Lieutenant or something.
That's what I was going for. I was saying Bad Lieutenant. Fucking Harvey.
Well, it's got to be someone that you don't like, really, if you want to fight him. Right. You know what I mean, what we're really saying is like, who would you fight, basically? Yeah.
David Gordon Green. No, he's not a film character.
He's not a character.
No, not a film character.
No, that doesn't work. Sorry.
Orem from Covenant. The captain, fucking. Oh, actually, no. What's his face from Spider-Man? The Sam Raimi ones. Who was
Harry Osborn.
Yeah, who played Harry Osborn? Who's that? What's that actor again?
Yeah, but you're naming the actor.
Not Franco.
James Franco. Yeah. Right. His character from Covenant, the one that burns in the crowd tube. After the crowd tube, I'd pull him out and I'd wrestle that motherfucker to the ground. Why did you lure these people here, you fucking idiot?
Oh my god, yeah, I just realised that. What's the character for Vin Diesel called in fucking Fast and Furious?
Oh, fucking Dominic Toretto.
Oh,
nice.
Shit out of him. I can't stand Vin Diesel. Oh, well, I get to fucking drag that prick.
The whole time you're fighting him, he's like, why are you hitting me? You're like, I am Groot. I am Groot.
I'm like, we're family. We're family.
I'm trying to think of like the most annoying Sandler. And I'm like, it's probably Little Nicky. But I was just like, there's no way I'd want to wrestle him because he'd make those horrible sounds. Little Nicky wrestling, it would just make me.
Are you going to fight Little Nicky?
Yeah. Good shout on Elvira, though. I mean,
yeah.
you got to wrestle.
Okay, next question.
Probably beat the shit out of him.
Right.
From CP Box Set Movies.
What's up, bro?
What up, CP? Question 1. What films do you believe that are looked upon as terrible now will go on to be classics in the years to come? Well, Alien3. And Alien-related question. Question 2. You are able to continue the Alien franchise, and you're asked if you would like to bring back Hicks, Newt, and Ripley, or at least one of them for your next film.
Yeah,
it's where it's set for a start. Straight away, it's just where do you set it and.
Give me those Dark Horse comic books. We don't need Ripley and Hicks. There's plenty of standalone stories to tell there. But granted, I would also love to go and talk to Neil Blomkamp and go, what was your plans? Let's amalgamate this. Let's talk, to Cameron, see if he wants to give us some money, and we'll ignore Ridley, just to spite him.
Just for a little bit, Ridley. Okay, we'll let you cry in the corner, and then we'll come back.
I'd like an Alien movie without black goo in it. I'm just saying, and I would take it. Like you're either bringing the alien to Earth, or you're taking the team to the alien home planet, if there is one.
If there is
one, because I like to think that there are hundreds of uncharted alien xenomorph home worlds.
See, that's the thing that they could have easily just done with Alien Romulus, right? Getting rid of all the black goo ideas. You just have these guys come to this planet. Wayland Yutani says, well, you're going over there, you're going to dig over there, we want you digging over there. They dig over there, they come across more eggs. Facehuggers latch out, bang, 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 chest bursts come, people are dying, you're trying to get to the last ship and getting the fuck off the planet. That's it. An hour and a half, 2 hours out and push to just get some people off. You don't have to make some crazy ass agendas, you don't have to force some extra pieces of law, you don't even have to have any
sequel bait.
I love
sequel bait, bro. They got to finish with sequel bait.
I love the Fall of Hadley's Hope. I think it's like a really great horror story. The only thing is its ending is weak because it doesn't have an ending. Like if you were to just tell that story, its ending would be Newt bombing for a vent at the end. It's like it doesn't have a satisfying conclusion of its own.
Well, I'd say the end of Hadley's Hope would be when when it gets blown up by the bomb. You know, like you said, you go from
but that's Aliens, not a story of Hadley's Hope, and you know.
Well, maybe you have people
that we
lost.
haven't seen. Yeah.
You know, make it like Back to the Future 2, where they're in the background and they're like, where are they going now? They're putting turret guns. We can't go that way now. There's turrets. Let's get out of here. You know, it's just crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the first part of the question again?
What films do you believe that are looked upon as terrible now will go on to the classics?
Okay. I don't know, because films now, it's like, again, there just seems to be it's a fucking just hated or it's loved.
Yeah,
it's really difficult.
I'm gonna say it's not gonna be Snyder's Rebel Moon, is it?
Yeah,
unless it's like weirdly 10 years from now it's considered the masterpiece. But no, I can't. Yeah,
terrible movies that are looked upon as great now.
Mate, what about The Flash? What if in 10 years people start getting some weird attachment to the Flash? Wouldn't that be fucked up?
I'm glad you brought that up because funny enough, a couple of days ago I looked at it on my shelf and I thought, oh, I could watch The Flash again. And then I just walked out the room and did something else. I just did
really
something else.
It's probably something that's fucking floated around like Cannes or something no one's ever really heard of or something. And then, we'll discover it in a few years' time.
Yeah, I mean, I've always...
It's a tough one to try to predict, really.
Only because I just can't... I'm not being funny. I can't think of many films recently that have really been panned universally that you see a spark in that you'd be like, oh, you never... It's not like, The Rock wasn't fucked up in Black Adam. It weren't too bad. It's like, no, it's
or
just
Doom's not really that bad.
Exactly.
Back and watch it.
I'm trying to think of any of the MCU movies that people maybe panned for a political reason, but it's like, I think we'll figure out later. But to be honest, I think
I love Black Panther.
But I think that most of the criticism of diminishing returns is warranted within the MCU, even if I kind of enjoyed the movie as a
But still, Marvel movies are difficult with that because they have this overarching story arc as well, where even if the movie is bad, they do fit in the story somewhere. My example I always like to go back to is Cabin Fever. I do know a lot of people who don't like Cabin Fever, and yet then when people watch it as they go on, they actually think it's really, really fun. I don't think it's reached cult status yet. I don't know if it ever will.
I mean, it got a remake, so...
Well, yeah, true, and it got sequels,
Maybe I'll try and watch it again. Yeah, I didn't like Cabin Fever.
I don't like anything Eli's done, so... I would say Cabin Fever might be his best film still.
What's he in the shit for? He did Borderlands, didn't he? Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah. But did he
I don't see that being...
Did he really do it, or was he David Finchered?
No, he did it.
I don't know, man, but yeah. But all I've heard is, I saw the... Sorry to fucking veer off the question.
We'll get back
but I'm just saying, Borderlands-wise, apparently, the creator of the game came out and was
it's amazing. Yeah.
Kicking off about people being mean about it, leave Britney alone or something. I'm paraphrasing, but and then I saw them talking about Eli Roth saying about how obviously he's I think he was like, I'm Eli Roth. Of course, there's a really gory version of it out there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, apparently there's
it was a PG release.
It sounds okay. Well, here's one then. So it's not a film that was say panned and then appreciated later. Okay. But I'll throw Borderlands in as a kind of sub thing of. Do you remember Suicide Squad and how terrible it was? And then there was and then there was all the shit about the David Ayer cut. And after a while, people kind of came around to this of you know what, maybe we don't judge it until we get to see that Ayer cut, which we never will. But that was kind of the way of thinking. Maybe Borderlands will be one of those things where in a few years' time, people
Give us the
hashtag Eli cut.
We want the R-rated version.
Yeah,
it honestly would explain why. Because I haven't seen the film, but I've heard like there's lots of sequences where the character's sort of central to the frame, like guns akimbo shooting off screen, and we don't get to see any of it.
And there's way more. I
reckon that was probably
just falling left and right.
Kate Blanchett has literally been in. I swear to God, I've seen interviews with Kate Blanchett where she's like, "What movie?" and fucks off. So she is just
she Michael Caine it.
Yeah, she Jaws it. Yeah,
she Jaws forward it. Right.
But even if that film gets all its gore back, I don't think it's saving it. So
no. The next, it's not really a question, it's more of a shout, is from Yaz Hodgson.
What up, Yaz?
It's my 32nd birthday on Saturday. Feel bad, man. I've got to go out. I'll come back once I've got a question. Happy birthday, Yaz. Enjoy your 32nd years.
32nd birthday.
You know, before you know it, you'll be
young
33.
bastard.
Yeah. Yes. What were we doing when we were 32?
I think we were on podcast 5.
Probably,
because of how long it takes us to fucking knock a podcast.
Next question is from J. Kenneth Austin.
What up, Jay?
What up, Jay?
Yo, Jay.
You should do 8mm. It's written by the same guy that wrote 7. Also, thanks for your great channel. It's an honor to be listed on the roster of your supporters. Thank you, Austin, for giving us all the support.
He means review it. When he says you should...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because when he's like, you should do 8mm, and it's like, that is fucked up, bro.
We'd love you. I mean, it's Nicolas Cage. At the moment, Nicolas Cage can't really do any wrong, can he?
Like, just been cast as John Madden.
In fairness, Nicolas Cage and 8mm or Nicolas Cage and Mandy? Which one's more fucked up?
Mandy's so good.
But 8mm is not as fucked up.
Do you know what? I
haven't
watched that movie for so long. You said Mandy, and I went to a place that was like, God, I love that movie.
Yeah,
real like stars in my eyes. Like,
you went one place and
giant fucking chainsaw fight, bitch. Let's go.
Man. I don't ever. I mean, I know it's gonna happen. We're gonna be doing 8mm, but I don't ever want to watch it again. Like, I don't want to see that again.
So it's going to be on the list in a couple of weeks.
Jack Phoenix, right?
Very
young. Yeah, he died. Fuck you, Larry. Yeah, he died.
It's been over 20 years since I've seen it.
I bet you the film will really haunt you the first time, and then you'll go back and you'll realise it's not as haunting as you remember it, but it's the way it's filmed. Because what we're looking at, 1996.
Mate, that was when Nicolas Cage was filming a movie a week.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage was still filming.
It was like, what's Nick released this week? We'll go to the video store, I guess. Like it was Snake Eyes. Cool. Okay. Gary Sinise. Right.
Snake Eyes is a great movie.
See, everything I just said actually happened.
So next question's from Simon Linsdale.
Yeah,
what up, Simon? Got an appointment at my local cardiology department coming up with a side order of blood tests. Keep your fingers crossed. Fingers crossed blood tests. Hopefully they don't find anything in there that they have to like tie you to
hopefully
a bench.
They find blood.
Hopefully there's blood in there. Hopefully it's not like Blade 2 where he gets taken into the back and there's some doctor who fucking completely drains him. And
now he's thinking.
It's not like the Thing where it goes.
The
petri dish.
or like Invasion of Body Snatchers where he just becomes a pod person. Hopefully it's a good trip. Simon.
Hey, good luck, mate.
We'll send you good thoughts, my dude.
Don't take your cut finger into the sea just in case Jaws is by. Swim by.
Good advice.
Next question's from Mike Collins.
Yeah,
what up, Mike?
That's the advice you'd give an alien.
Right.
Yeah. Don't swim with your cut finger. Jaws might
be nearby. Simple little question. Do you think Alien 3 would have been as good with an all-American cast?
No.
For me, the on-screen talent involved bring a theatrical weight to it that has helped to be more appreciated over the years, much like Ian Holm and John Hurt did for Alien. I don't believe an American cast would have given the film kind of as much grounding as a British cast.
It'd be interesting to see a lineup, but I mean,
the English accents add quite a hard edge,
like a common grittiness.
Yeah. So I don't think it'd work quite as well. It might do, but
I don't. In fairness, I don't know if they could deliver, like Andy said, some of those witty one-liners that we don't, which is more like sarcasm.
It would become
jokes.
more parody almost if it was. If it wasn't done by those actors in particular.
I mean, Charles S. Dutton on his own holds it, and yet he's probably the one voice among them that is kind of louder than everybody else.
It's American.
That is true. Yeah. Okay, next question's from George Smith.
What up, George?
What up, George? This summer has been a lot, and the heat has been kicking my arse.
Yep.
I pray for rain every day, and somehow when it does come, it's hot too. With that in mind, 1.
Thank you, Forrest.
1. What's your favourite flavour of ice cream? 2. If you could design an ice cream to taste like any film, what movie would you like to choose and what would it taste like?
Elvira.
3. If you were an ice cream, what would you taste like? So, at the moment, my favourite flavour of ice cream is Angel Delight Soft Scoop Butterscotch.
Sorry, I broke Gary.
I found it at Morrison's recently, which is a local supermarket. It's the only place that actually does it. And if you've ever had the Angel Delight kind of milk dessert, they've just turned it into an ice cream. It's like fucking crack for me. If you could design an ice cream to taste like a film, you know what? I would make Alien Covenant or Prometheus into an ice cream, and then people would be
black goo.
yeah, people would be like, oh, what's this black goo that tastes like shit? I'll be like, right, that's the fucking film. And if I were an ice cream, what would I taste like? Awesome.
Just gonna let you
Ginger
awesome.
No, I want to know what Elvira tastes like. What does Elvira taste like? Has it got nuts in it?
I don't know, something goth. Like,
What does goth taste like?
Cranberry juice.
Like aniseed. Is it like
cranberry juice? It looks like blood, doesn't it?
You get blackjack, so you get those tastes.
You open it and it's like sunburst.
Honestly, like my favorite ice cream used to be mint choc chip.
Oh, nice.
But honestly, like I had the best vanilla ice cream I've ever had, and I was like, you know what? Like as a kid, like vanilla, boring. But honestly, vanilla is actually really, really quite nice. But yeah,
anything with sort of caramel.
I like what are they called? The tubs. I've forgotten what they're called.
Like Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's, yeah.
Ben and Jerry's.
The caramel sutra is actually my favorite ice cream because you get a mixture of vanilla, chocolate, and that caramel sauce. Perfect.
If I am taking the kid for like a treat or something shopping and we go for ice cream, if I even like I'll open a fridge and be like, what flavour do you? I don't even get what flavour out my mouth before she throws a fucking Ben and Jerry's cookie dough at my face. Like
this one
fucking flavour, like
nice.
The cookie dough one, she'll go mad for.
Nice.
But do you know what's funny is like when you share like ice cream with your kid or whatever or someone.
No, I don't share them.
No, but we'll like split a pot of it or something. But I like purposely then digging out the cookie dough just so she's like, stop eating all cookie dough, and I'm like, I'm not, but I am.
It's like a week or two ago, I had a tub of Angel Delight, a soft scoop, right? It was my third one that I'd bought. I was going to say third one you had today. It's like, yeah. And I got it from Morrison's. I took it home, I put it in the fridge, and I said to myself, I'm going to have that later. I'll just take some of it out of the bowl. And then as it got to later, I'd had a couple of beers. I was pretty chilled. And I was like, oh man, yeah, that Angel Delight's out there. And so I walked outside, and I picked up a spoon as I'd gone out. So I didn't plan on getting a bowl. And I've picked up the tub.
I just fell over.
I've opened the tub, right, and I've gone in the front room and I've started eating it and I'm watching the TV. And I can tell you right now, I cannot remember what I was watching on TV because I was eating this Angel Delight. And every now and again, I'm looking down and thinking, man, this isn't going down. That's pretty sweet. And so I thought I was being really smart and taking small bits on the spoon and just eating it in small bits. After about 100 small bits, it's still fucking big chunks. It's important. I'm halfway down. I'm like, I should really go put this back. I can feel my brain starting to get a bit frozen. I'm probably, my diabetes is going too much. And I was like, yeah, okay.
You got a bucket of fucking Angel Delight. What do you expect?
No, but I put the lid down, right? And I just sat there and I was finishing my beer because I was drinking beer at the same time. So the beer was kind of melting all the ice cream in my mouth. And I'm like, ooh, wow, San Miguel butterscotch, that tastes really nice. So I started eating more and just finishing my bottle of beer while I'm doing it. Before I knew it, the Angel Delight was gone. I was taking the spoon back to the kitchen, just putting it up. I felt so ashamed. I stood out in the back, I was like, you can't eat whole tubs of fucking Angel Delight. So when Jay came down and bought strawberry flavour, he's like, do you want some? I'm like, no. He's like, no, eat some. He's like, I'm like, no, Jay, because my brain's like, you can't die of Angel Delight ice cream.
Jesus Christ.
I know, I'm a pig, I don't care. So
what was the other question? What movie flavoured ice cream?
If you could design an ice cream to taste like any film, what movie would you choose and what would it taste like?
Oh, I do all the MCU ones, isn't it? Like, what's it like? Hunka, Burning Fudge.
Oh, Hunka, Burning Fudge.
Yeah, I'll just copy all of those.
I was trying to think
black
of the
goo.
Black goo. Tastes like shit. Black
Tastes
goo.
like disappointment for Gary. That's what it is. Isn't it?
Yeah, Alien Covenant, like what? Like it would just be the black goo, like black burnt caramel. That's not good ice cream.
It'd be licorice, wouldn't it? It'd be licorice ice cream.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
See, Alien would taste like, I don't know, like your standard vanilla, but with like
it tastes like some kind of secreted resin.
Yeah. Well, then the sequel would be like honey with like lots of strawberry bits, so you're excited to eat it. And then Alien 3 would be kind of bitter and dark, and you don't really like it, but there's a part of you that just can't stop eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go with a trauma movie, like.
Toxic Avenger,
Sergeant Kabuki Man or something.
It's literally just going to be a trauma pot, and so you literally never know with every tub what you're going to
scrape off of every other ice cream.
yeah.
It's cold and it's
Toxic
bubbling
Avenger
at the
Tutti
same time.
Nice.
Right? You get the green one. That's the Toxic Avenger one, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like a Neapolitan.
right? Yeah.
Right.
But it's also got lots of bits in
We need
there.
to move off this.
Yeah, sorry about that. I lost Gary.
We've
along
gone
there.
into the ether.
Next question is from Josh Del Monte.
up,
What up, Josh? I find Alien 3 flawed depending on which version. What films have you changed your mind on? Me, it would be Cowboys and Aliens. I liked it at first, but then I thought it was less good. And The Lone Ranger. Again, for some reason, I liked it, then rewatched it and thought it was average.
I was about to say when you said I watched Cowboys and Aliens and I liked it, and I was like, and your second thought was that it was shit? And he was like, yeah, okay, cool.
I haven't been able to get through that movie. I've tried like 4 times and I just kept falling asleep halfway
I watched
through.
it once.
I've done that with, what was the third Abrams Star Trek with
Into
Star Trek
Darkness.
Beyond.
No, Beyond.
Beyond.
Yeah.
I've still yet
Idris
to
Elba.
finish that fucking movie. Idris
Yeah,
Elba,
yeah.
thank you. I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't. That was the one I
I,
didn't.
I like Into Darkness.
Mate,
I don't like that.
they play Beastie Boys at the end and there's explosions. It's
They
alright.
play Beast Boys at the start of the first
Yeah,
one.
it's-
So
yeah, that's
I've
it.
seen it. It's all good.
That's why it's all good.
Yeah.
So the question is,
think,
what
like,
film
yeah,
did you
what
like but now
changed?
don't like? Or the other
No,
way
I
around?
think he just
Yeah,
said
what
that you
just
changed
change.
your
What films
yeah,
is it?
which
So
other
you
way,
can like
yeah.
and dislike or dislike and like.
I mean, obviously, Alien 3 was one that we've talked about quite a bit.
Yeah.
The one that I guess like on the channel is like mostly talked about is John Carpenter's The Fog.
Yes. Yes.
I was always like boring, no real good kills, happens off screen. It's all atmosphere and no plot.
Yeah.
And it was just a dull film compared to Christine or The Thing or In the Mouth of Madness. Like, the shit happens in those movies. Nothing happens in The Fog. Boring. Skip. And then I watched it in the cinema. And I came out going, I need to delete our video review of The Fog because I disagree with everything I said in that video because
Yeah,
this is amazing. It is seeped in atmosphere and dread and tension throughout, and those cityscape shots like the fuel pump, and just like as the fog's rolling in, just that sound, that emptiness, that eerie quietness of it all. Amazing, absolutely amazing. So I guess The Fog is one of those films that I did a huge turnaround on. Yeah.
I think the really random one for me that you wouldn't think is the very first time that I watched Logan, I just did not fucking connect with that story at all. And the problem that I had with it is I didn't feel like which I now feel is like the strongest bit of the movie. I didn't feel like his connection with X-23 was that good.
Yeah.
Just the first time I watched it, and I don't know if it was like because of the mood that I was in maybe or something. I don't know, it was maybe because it was so fucking far removed from anything that we'd seen in that series of Wolverine movies. I just not fucking twig it. I finished it really disappointed, annoyed, and and started seeing a lot of people saying how amazing it was. And I was like, what the fuck? It felt like a nothing movie. And again, because there's not a huge amount of action in it compared to like a lot of the action scenes. And then I'll sort of like give it a little bit of time and rewatched it. And I think Donna actually just as a present bought it for me on like 4K. And I was like, I hadn't seen it in ages. And I sat down one evening, like glass of fucking whiskey, watched it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, a masterpiece. What was I fucking on the first time I watched it? It was so funny, but it was such a huge turnaround where, I mean, the way it looks, because I had the black and white, it comes with a black and white version as well that it did of it, which actually really adds to it, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was one of my biggest 180s completely. Yeah. I was literally like, what the fuck? That was the same movie? And a part of that's why I really love those scenes in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's because it carries right
that
over to them
link.
talking. You know, when it's like, you know, he showed up when it meant something.
Yeah.
And that's kind of that entire movie when you see it, you know?
Yeah.
My big turnaround's only happened recently, actually, with a movie, Psycho 3. I've always loved Psycho 2. I think Psycho 2 is an absolute great sequel coming off the back of Alfred Hitchcock's original Psycho movie, which in itself is an absolute fucking masterpiece. Psycho 3 I'd always had problems with when I'd gone to watch it, because after what I loved about 2, it just felt like a weak movie. You know, like it
felt like a more generic slasher film, compared to a well-constructed, like horror,
like the first two movies. And I'd always sat there thinking, I know Norman Bates is the killer, so that's kind of boring. The kills aren't exactly great. I know when it's all coming, and I'm not really bothered about the storyline, the love interest between him and the nun. And at the time, I was really young. And then I recently bought the box set because I really wanted to watch the second one, and I thought, fuck it, I'm going to just do the whole thing. And so I watched the first one, absolutely amazing. Knew the second one was great because I absolutely love it. Then the third one I sit down to watch, and I realised that it's actually directed by Anthony Perkins.
Nice.
And he is in the movie as well, you know, playing Norman Bates. And he's still playing this character that he's been playing since the 1960s that really shouldn't establish any more sequels. But here I am watching Psycho 3, and it's got Jeff Fahey in it, and it kind of works. You know, you do have this love relationship. You have this big kind of arc going around about Norman trying to get his mind back from the mother and whatever he's been doing with that kind of stuff. And I just sat there as I'm older, and I thought, you know what? Kind of as we have been talking with Alien 3, you know, third movies do get a lot of hatred because the studios have kind of fallen back and said, look, we're not putting so much money into this franchise because we're trying to concentrate on other stuff. We've done really well with their sequels. We're just kind of keeping it going at the moment. And so thirds do get a lot of hate. But for Psycho 3, I think, personally, with Anthony Perkins behind the camera, doing something and making this movie work, oh yeah, it's absolutely brilliant.
Nice, yeah.
Right, okay, last couple of questions from the Facebook guys. This one's from David Allen Evans.
Yo,
what up,
David?
David? Hey chaps, Alien 3 is my favourite of the movies for many reasons, but the main one has to do with the controversial choice of killing Newton Hicks. Not that I like that they die, but their death serves the greater theme of grief and facing death without fear. Elizabeth Shaw's death, though, that's cheap, thanks to a bunch of studio execs trying to make the fans happy and creating a narrative dead end. Am I hypocritical for liking one death over another in this instance? And since I'm not, why not?
No, I mean, you're not hypocritical over it. It's like, you know, it's how it serves the story at the end of the day, and it's what you feel about the characters.
Yeah. That's the thing.
It was
as much as we say killing someone off screen is cheap. We only say that about characters we like.
Hicks and Newt, it's
true, isn't it?
And Newt are, at the end of the day, those secondary characters. Shaw was the primary character.
Yeah.
So that would be the same as if in Alien 3, Ripley's dead.
I was just about to say that
but
was
Hicks
Ripley
and Newt
dying.
survived.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that would be a problem, even more so. So I think because Shaw was the only main surviving character other than, you know, David, the android.
Which they tried to clearly, in Covenant, turn him into the main character.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I completely agree with that. It's I don't think it's hypocritical, but I think there's valid reasons.
I think they tried to make Shaw the new Ripley in Prometheus, and the fans didn't accept it, so they killed her off in the sequel because they didn't think anybody would care. But
I didn't quite find. I think it was the rippley connection was more obvious in Covenant. I didn't quite feel it. She was. What
I mean is, Ripley, she's the last surviving member of the crew being chased by the alien.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I'm not saying she's just written like a Ripley. I'm saying she's the last surviving one towards the end, and because the fans didn't get behind her, they were like, we'll just write her off screen.
Yeah.
You know, in the next movie. And funnily enough, the fans came back and hated that even more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you wrote her off, but you tried to also make it like a central point for the story. Because David went, "Oh, I used her eggs to make eggs," and that, like I said, that is again one of my problems. Because if Covenant is set before Alien, that derelict ship is turning up somehow with all those eggs, and he's making this one. Fuck him. Fuck David. Don't like him.
Wait for Covenant 2, dude, and it'll answer your question.
Well,
we might get it.
I'll get Covenant 2 after Gladiator 2 and Black Hawk Down 2 and whatever movies.
Napoleon 2.
Napoleon 2.
This time it's personal.
This time it's personal. Yeah. The last question from the Facebook is from Julian Tope.
What up, Julian?
What up, Julian? Alien 3 is a masterpiece. I'm convinced the people who hate it are butthurt simpletons who just wanted Aliens 2. It's the perfect horror movie. Bleak, gritty as fuck, threatening, nihilistic, and punches you in the gut over and over, coupled with a great acting, vintage Fincher visual flair, try and say that really fucking fast,
Jesus.
and makes the Xeno the perfect organism again. I've often said Alien 3 is a better Alien movie than Aliens. I love Aliens immensely, but Alien 3 is much more in line with the vision of the original, intimate, small-scale, gothic horror and existential dread. I love that you guys appreciate this movie like I do and understand it instead of hand-waving it away like a spoiled kid because it had the balls to kill off characters you liked. Apologies, he doesn't actually have a question there. It's just a statement about why he loves Alien 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sneaking that in.
There you go. You snuck that in, Julian. You liked Alien 3. Thank you very much. And that's all the Facebook questions. I was like, I'm sure he's going to get to something at the bottom, and he didn't. But yeah.
You didn't read that shit first.
Alrighty, well, let's burn through. We got some questions here on the old Twitch.
On the Twitch.
First question is from Jeeve79.
What up, Jeeve?
Has Andy...
See how good we are?
Yeah, we were good. Fucking...
Sorry, mate, carry on.
Okay.
Yo, Jeeve.
You bitch.
Has Andy actually seen Astartes yet?
No.
The animated
40K
thing
short.
on 40K.
Oh, no, I haven't. No.
I have tried to get him to watch this in the past, and Andy said I have, yes, because it's so basically it's an Astartes animation on YouTube that's been out for a couple of years, where you know how people make videos on YouTube.
Was I still butthurt from Ultramarines?
Because
that might be why. No, I'm not fucking watching this.
Personally, I think it was at that time where you had dropped out of the hobby. You know how you'd done all your painting and you were doing all your tournaments and things like that, and you were well into the hobby, and then you just completely burnt out. Around about that time, Astartes came out, and this
competitive 40k will do that to you.
Yeah, this guy had animated his own animation, obviously, of a bunch of Space Marines who actually don't have any iconography or anything on them going aboard a ship. Now, the funny thing is, he animated it in little episodes, and then somebody turned it into one big one and made it so it was unedited. But because the original animator was getting a lot of support and money to make more.
Is this one of the ones that GW fucking
Games Workshop came along with their cease and desist? But wait. Games Workshop came along with their cease and desist and said, "No, you need to stop because we want you to come work with us."
Yeah.
And they hired him. And now we haven't heard anything because I think he's found one of those NDA thingies that stops him from telling what his job is. But I believe he's working on the Warhammer animations in the background.
Oh, sweet, man. That's fucking cool. Well, I've not seen it.
If you watch
I don't know if you still can now. You might have to search the dark web.
I've got to admit, I'm quite like I got, it's like when you say about your plot points, failing and stuff. I've got a real fucking high standard in my head for what when I see on screen looks like Warhammer 40k to me.
Yeah.
Which basically means I'm very easy to disappoint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
a
lot of stuff that I see with like Space Marines especially, it's like the best way to explain it, and you too will probably get this, is like kind of that's like looking at second edition Space Marines. Like compared to the artwork now, the dynamic movement that they do with the way that the plates function and stuff, it's like most Space Marines now are just like this in all animation.
In all of their
like,
bulky tanks.
You haven't really animated them the way current Marines work, so I'm always a little bit suspect. But I mean, if I can, Astartes, that's easy to remember.
They do move pretty fast. I mean, that's probably my problem with Space Marine 2 is that I think there's just going to be a lot of that kill room, boom, 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 run to the next room.
That is
kill.
It looks very much like a very class-based game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like you got a heavy guy and an assault guy and stuff.
Well, no, that's the multiplayer. That'll be
it's within the 3v3 co-op as well. Yeah, they reckon that's the best mode.
Yeah, but I was saying the actual single player, when you're playing it on your own as the main guy, it will probably just be a lot of kill rooms, run to the next one, kill rooms, then run to the next one.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Oh, you see that video, though, where he's like fucking Space Marines like stood on like a parapet or something, and there's like a big Imperial tower, and then just fucking Hormagaunts burst out of it, like Plague Tale. But they're on this bridge, and he's just there with his bolter, and he's just like, bah, 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 fuck you, just laying waste to
I've seen so much. I've seen things that like
you people wouldn't believe.
You would not believe.
Sights to show you.
So it'll be good when you play it, but I'll spit on it if they fight. If things are what I actually know they are.
Cheers for the question, James.
Yeah, James, yeah.
Next question is from CM Yates.
What up, CM?
What up?
Never watched John dies at the end until watching all the Shelf's reviews.
Grab the cock door handle.
Now it's in my top 10. What are your nope, not going to watch? Oh my god, this is a must-see surprise.
Well, actually, we've had that recently. I can't actually say the movies that we've had because we've reviewed them.
And they'll be coming up on the channel soon.
On the channel, but you'll see the reviews. But there's a couple of films that I was just like, I could never watch this. And then I've sat down and watched and gone, this is one of the greatest movies ever made. Sorry, spoilers, can't give you, but they will be coming up in a couple of...
Well, I'll answer one because I got to admit, is I was fucking fighting with my wife about watching Kingsman first time.
Really?
I don't know. I just saw.
You rejected.
I just saw. Yeah, I just saw the trailer and I was like, I really don't want to watch this. I didn't know who Taron Egerton was.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan. You know, you have to be one of those people. Like, I was a fan from day one. I fucking wasn't. I watched the trailer and I was like, I don't want to watch this movie about this chav. That's what I was like. And then like I finally watched it because I remember actually I was at home. Donna was staying at her mum's for the night. Nothing bad. Just like spending time with her mum. And they were watching Kingsman. She phoned me and she was like, "You have to watch this scene in Kingsman."
Yeah.
I was sat at home. I was drinking bourbon.
Yeah.
As I tend to do on my own. And it's like midnight, and she's like, "You gotta watch the scene." I was like, "Babe, I'm really not interested." And she went, "They're playing fucking Lynyrd Skynyrd in the background." So I was like, "Oh, you bitch! You fucking hit me!
You've got me
You
now,
hit me with the fucking music cue."
Nice.
Queued it up. I think she sent it to me, watched it, and I was like, literally messaged her at midnight going, "You bitch." And she's like, "What?" I said, "I gotta watch that fucking whole movie now." And I did. I watched the whole movie and I was like, that was fucking great.
You know, I backed up as well. I was kind of the same. I saw the bits for Kingsman and I was just like, this looks like a generic James Bond parody. I don't want to watch
I hadn't read the comics either at that point.
Neither
I
did
didn't even know they existed.
You know, I saw that Joel Edgerton was in it and I thought, okay, yeah.
Taron Egerton.
Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, maybe he's going to be a good actor. I'll wait for it. And then I got sent the link or seen the video of that church sequence. And I was just so blown away by the camera work. I'm like, I'm just going to go back and watch this movie. And it's the same thing. I just
Mr. Darcy's fucking people up, yo.
I've just seen it pop up in kind of the chat as well. But that is the kind of same thing that I had with watching the Indian movies. Mm-hmm. Like, I would never normally watch these movies if I just saw it. But because I just watched the little clip and I'm like, I need to know more. Yeah. You know, it hasn't been rammed down my face or thrown all over social media or advertised in every corner of my life that this film's coming out. I've actually literally just clicked on it and gone, that's interested me. Flicked on it, and before you know it, 5.5 hours later, I've watched 2 Indian movies.
Yeah. I mean, there's honestly, I can't think of a film that I've gone, nope, not watching. The only film recently that's come up that I haven't watched yet that I said I'm not going to watch is Section 31.
Oh,
so I don't know.
So ask this question again in 6 months.
I got one for you. Predestination. You weren't getting around to watching it. It wasn't one that you didn't turn it down.
I wasn't going to not watch because I like Ethan Hawke. I think he's an amazing actor.
I was just like, dude, you need to watch it.
It was just getting round to it. But yeah, you made me jump it up.
So you missed the trailers on Romulus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trailer for that new Demi Moore movie? Just come out of Cannes.
No.
Where she like plays this like old model. Sorry, Demi. But you know what I mean? Like a model who's like aging out of the game, I guess you'd call it, or like, you know, trying to recapture a youth. Excuse me. And she ends up sort of like getting an injection, and you're like, I was like, fuck me, it's death becomes her, like, you know, to stay young with her. But it's like she then occupies the body of this young model or young woman who becomes a model. But they're like, they coexist at the same time. And it just looks like, when you watch it, it's, you know, it's been to Cannes and it's just all these quick flashes and it's just this like downward fucking spiral. You know what I mean?
I do like Demi Moore.
Yeah.
And she looks great in it as well. You know, like, as in she looks phenomenal at her age, but then she also really looks like she's fucking having to act in this one.
I think
I haven't seen her in a film in a long time.
And again, I was like, when the fuck was the last time I watched a movie with Demi Moore?
The last movie I kind of saw her in.
Margin Call is the one that I was thinking of.
Well, the last one, the last one I was thinking. The last time I saw her was a fucking Disclosure, probably.
Well, I think the most recent one I can think of was Margin Call, which was Kevin Spacey, so I am going back a bit still, do you know what I mean? Jeremy Irons, and it's about the 2007 economical crash. You know what I mean? Zachary Quinto.
Yeah, I totally watched that one like twice.
I think I mentioned to you. You have seen it. Dude, it's a really good fucking movie.
I'm sure it is. Why would I want to watch Crash?
What Crash?
Why would I want to watch it crash?
I wish I had a better answer for you though, Yates. Yeah, but there's I can't think of the last movie that I was refused to watch. Turned out to be amazing. I can't think of one.
Yeah, keep tuning in.
I'm sure there'll be one. Alrighty, next question is from Solza.
What up, Solza?
Hey guys, firstly, I've got to commend you for putting the podcast out even after the news about Tommy Fury and Molly May from Love Island have split up.
No.
What?
Oh, well, that's it. We're ending it.
I even heard rumours that you were sacking off the channel altogether. I've just found out about this.
Who the fuck is Molly May?
Some girl. Yeah.
But fair play for powering through.
He's that guy.
Oh, we do try.
We push it through. We do it for you. We do it for you.
I ain't got a freaking clue who these people are.
He doesn't even have a freaking clue who we are half the time.
What?
You're still here?
My question is,
yeah.
What is the most overrated film you've watched? Not necessarily a bad film, just one that had a lot of hype, but when you watched it, it was just meh.
Top Gun 2.
Really?
Yeah, because...
Meh?
Yeah, I still haven't gone all the way through. I keep falling fucking asleep. I didn't like the idea, really, of Top Gun 2 when I first heard about it, because I'm like... Why would you want to make a sequel for one of the best 80s movies? You're just going to ruin it. But then Money! But then I kind of got behind the idea because, I like the idea of Tom Cruise doing his own jet work and expanding, the universe and all that kind of stuff. Then I saw the fucking shitty-ass mustache that Goose's son is wearing.
Do you know what the scene for me is? It also includes Miles Teller. Is the first scene that I saw of that movie was when he looks through the window and they're singing Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, on the piano.
And Miles Teller is clearly not singing Great Balls of Fire. Yeah. And it was so bad. And everyone had said to me, oh my God, the sequences and the jets are amazing and all this stuff. And I was like, man, they got a budget on this movie. And I was like, that's the best lip syncing you could put into this film. That's the very first scene I saw, and that put me off it for ages.
It's also that shitty bit where the next where the next morning they're all sat at the table, and guess who walks down like a fucking cheap Kelly McGillis? Here comes the guy from last night. It was like there are I know in Top Gun 1 people are like the secret undertones of kind of homosexuality in there.
Oh, don't make me do Tarantino.
In Top Gun 2, it's like. It's subtle that, Maverick could kiss Goose's son if he wanted to, because and then on top of that, it's like, right, we're going up against this base. We've got the secret mission to blow up this base. Who's manning the base? What country they're in?
The enemy.
The enemy. Yeah.
That's your plot of Top Gun 2.
That's their plan to get the movie played in every market.
Yeah.
And so I didn't bother going to see it in the cinema, even though everyone said I should because the sound is so great. And then I didn't bother watching it when it came out on Netflix and DVD because I'm like, I'm not ready to kind of invest that time. And I've tried to watch it twice, and both times I get to the training sequence, and I just really start to get a little bit bored. And I actually really just want to watch Top Gun.
The best example I can give is a really vague one, and it's anytime someone tells me this is the scariest horror movie of the year, and then I watch it, and it isn't.
I get that a lot.
Every fucking trailer,
that one yet.
Every trailer. I haven't seen Longlegs.
Yeah. Scariest horror movie this year.
The scariest horror movie of the year and stuff like this. And I'm like, man, if I was going to release a horror movie, I'd do it in December and be like, Dominoes, motherfucker, I win. Because I said it last.
So my movie's the scariest.
Even if they're not bad, but I'm like, well, that wasn't the scariest thing I've seen this year.
Yeah. I don't know what is overrated. What?
I guess you're saying sort of I suppose critically or something.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Prometheus and Covenant, they're overrated.
No, they're not overrated.
I don't think they're critically overrated. No. They made money, but
they were overrated where people believe that they're so good, but they're not.
I mean,
people really generally praise Covenant.
Yes, mate. Look at look on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb and all that. You look at the ratings they give Covenant and over Alien 3, and tell me that they're not talking out their fucking asses.
Mate, listen, mate, I don't do the comments on anything.
No, neither do I.
I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I mean, when you showed me the ratings on like fucking 81 and 86 for Romulus,
yeah,
I was like, oh, cool. Yeah. I had no idea what people were saying about the movie because I'm like,
yeah, it's being really highly praised.
I mean,
right now, right now, I'd say Alien Romulus is looking overrated on a lot of the review score aggregates out there.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, I'm like, yeah, it's not a bad film.
I mean, yeah, like, what was it?
But
when you
I don't
said
think
to me,
it's
I said 7 out of 10, like, which is still good.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, yeah, when I was like 86, I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mid doesn't mean bad. You're quite right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Plenty of movies I've seen where I was like, fuck, I wish that was just okay.
Every time I feel a movie isn't doing very well, I honestly always hear Morton Joe go, mediocre, and that's it. If a Morton Joe is telling you you're mediocre in my head, your movie is not as good as Fury Road. If your movie is not as good as Fury Road, you have failed.
Fair.
And I'm going to do that with Furiosa. I'm going to watch Furiosa. If it's not very good, I'm mediocre.
Aye. Great question, though. Thank you, Salza. Next question is from Richie.
What up, Richie?
Hey, guys. Awesome podcast, as always. You never fail to make my day better.
Thanks, man.
Bless your heart.
My question is, are there any films that when you first watch them, you don't like them, but after a few more viewings...
Am I seeing this again?
You change your mind? Oh, I'm having
Groundhog Day.
It's not your fault, Richie.
No.
When you left them on first viewing,
got the same
and after
questions.
a while, you're actually like, is this film crap? What did we answer before?
Was that the same question? Yeah. Same again.
Yeah. The Fog.
Die Hard with a Vengeance as well. I didn't think it was going to be very good, and then I sat down and I was like, this is the best Die Hard movie. Next to Die Hard 1.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. But yeah, cheers for the question though, Richie.
Yeah. I'm sure
just someone beat you to it.
Yeah, unfortunately. Next question is from Rio Quinn.
What up, Rio?
What up, bro?
Although they probably didn't need to kill the characters, is a part of you pleased Alien 3 stopped future films needing to shoehorn a reason for those characters to keep returning, like Texas Chainsaw and Terminator, that brought back characters into bad films? Cheers, boys.
Yeah, they didn't. It didn't stop it because they shoehorned her into Resurrection.
Yeah.
Alien 3.
Although, I mean, it's the same actress, but she is playing a different character.
Yeah, it's not
I still
Ripley.
call her Ripley 8.
It's not Ripley, it's a clone Ripley. So Sigourney Ripley died at Fury 161.
That's a fucking goal on technicality, but all right.
I know.
They are different characters. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I am kind of glad.
Yeah, and Rook wasn't fucking, Ash.
Yeah.
No, mate, when I watch it, I'll go, that's not Ash. Alien 3, yes, killing off those characters, yes, was a bad thing, but yes, like you said, in the long run, it stopped the characters from being brought back, reused, retextured, whatever you wanted to do.
Artwork of Michael Bain with that gammy eye.
We're
all like,
and funny enough, we're seeing them do it with these newer movies as well, and it's also my point with Romulus, that if they don't do something to expand the Romulus story in the next 5 years, and the Romulus is just it's failed to continue the franchise and support it. Ripley's series of movies did it with 4 movies, and say what you want of how bad they were, those are still 4 movies that built a franchise to allow these other ones come along. I'm going to buy Romulus, and I'm going to watch it deeply, and I'm going to question everything that happens into it.
You can do it slowly. Do it small.
But like David said, if Rain and her brother just go off into the ether with
and I never heard from again, I'm also kind of fine with that.
I'm kind of fine with that.
No, I had that feeling that I had at the end of the First Omen, where I was like, oh, I'd like to see another story with those characters.
Yeah, I would also.
I'd like that.
Yeah,
but they won't.
Because I feel like where they're going, if they're going to go to a planet that doesn't have Weyland-Yutani involved on that planet, which is why they want to go there, I'm guessing they're going to go to a colony, and we might finally get an alien outbreak on a normal
can you
planet.
imagine an alien film that kind of looks a bit more like Firefly?
Right, yes. But with the xenomorph in it.
Serenity.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is where I would take a sequel to
like
Romulus.
they get to the aftermath of it, like they got to the Reapers in Serenity.
Yeah. They find the original planet.
And they get like the recordings and stuff.
Actually,
but it's all lit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Actually, while we're on that, I'm glad you brought that up again. Actually, I'm gonna just rant off how fucking pissed off I was a couple fucking days ago. I was fucking in my front room. I was flicking through the TV, just trying to look for something to put on the background while I was cleaning the front room.
Yeah.
Serenity was on. I was just like, oh man, this is amazing, right?
Yeah.
It's the final fight sequence, yeah? Right? But it was on like Channel 5 USA or something. And I could have just gone and got my DVD, but it's on and I'm still working. And Nathan Fillion's character is fucking facing that secret agent dude, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That you have to set the signal Mal, yeah? Not only are they getting ready to build up the final fight sequence with the Reavers, and you watch Simon get shot, bang, in the gut, and he falls on the floor, and he's like, I'm really sorry, I can't help you. And his sister's just like, no, don't worry, I got it. And she goes and she runs and she does that slow motion jump through the door, right?
Music swings, it swells up there as well.
I stood there, I was like, oh man, it's going to be great. And she dived through the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they fucking edited out her fight sequence.
Really?
They cut back to Nathan Fillion fighting the guard, and I'm like,
Barramuda.
hang on, yeah, Barramuda. I'm like, hang on a minute, they're missing something. And then, you know that
a televised cut of the film.
Yeah, it was. It elevated. Damn,
drop the mic.
So scared to destroy the equipment.
Anyway, the bit where he hits Nathan Fillion's nerve, right?
Yeah.
And he shocks him, and then Nathan Fillion was like, I had that nerve taken out, and he breaks the guy's shoulders.
Yeah.
That whole bit was not cut out. Literally, Nathan Fillion gets knocked on the floor. It cuts back to the guy shooting the Reapers, and then it cuts back. Nathan Fillion is sliding the sword behind the guy's back. The guy's just lying on the floor. I got the skybox. I had to rewind it and go, what did I just miss? And he just missed the whole bit.
Fucking disc it.
And he's just like, yeah. And he just activates signal, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Linda comes in the front room. She's like, what are you swearing about? And I wanted to tell her, but it just seems so petty. Right. I was annoyed that TV
weird
show
PG cut of the movie on TV.
Oh, sorry. I just went off on one then.
Justified.
But yeah, just to conclude what David was saying, like imagining Newt turning up in like Alien 7, like Linda Hamilton in Dark Fate. You know, like at least that actress retired from acting. She was like, look, I'm in the greatest movie ever made. I'm done. Yeah. Like, can't top that, won't try.
So,
man, it's already late. I do not want to get started on Dark Fate. Okay, I'll watch it this week. It's still shit.
Cheers for the question, David.
It's fucking shit. Dark Fate is so fucking shit.
Alrighty, we've just got a couple of questions left, and this next one's from Code Dude.
What up, Code Dude?
Recently watched the documentary Aliens Expanded from Creator VC Studio.
Oh, it's amazing.
Nearly 5 hours long and highly recommend it.
Yeah.
The same studio is now working on The Thing Expanded, which I'm really looking forward to. My question is this. What is your favourite movie documentary, whether it be standalone production like Hearts of Darkness for Apocalypse Now, or just the commentary track on a movie like the ones for the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Cast, directors, writers, production and design team. Absolutely, Code Dude. Like, the Aliens Expanded is right up there as one of my favourite documentaries because it's about one of my favourite movies. The Robo-Doc on, I think it's on Amazon. Absolutely fantastic. And so if you're a fan of RoboCop, watch Robo-Doc. Aliens Expanded, as you've just said. And obviously the Evil Dead trilogy as well, one of my favourites. And listening to Sam and Bruce talk about all the crap that they went through making those films, they are really, really insightful and fun commentary tracks. Like don't bother watching the Predator documentary. Because what is it? Rennie Harlan, is it? The director?
Is it just in ragging on Jean-Claude Van Damme or something?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
And like he is like he is a dullard. Like so boring to listen to him talk about Predator. He takes long pauses. And then the audio of the film kicks back in and you're like, is he asleep? Like, he just literally just didn't have, he had no energy about what he was doing. And I was like, that for me was the worst like commentary, especially as a fan and you want to hear the director like talk about their film.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, you'll have more fun listening to the Arnie commentary.
I really not maybe I'm going to cheat, but the when they brought out the DVDs of Red Dwarf, all the fucking commentary tracks on that with all the crew,
that was great.
Got different cast members in. That was
Great shout on that. Yeah.
Just really nice to get that kind of camaraderie still after that amount of time.
Yeah.
Movies wise, I mean, me personally, he's already nailed it. The Lord of the Rings content on the extended DVDs, the original ones,
one of the best ones. I don't think you can top that.
Oh my god,
hours.
You just pour over it, and I love the way that it ends. If you watch, by the time you get to the end of the Return of the King special extras, you basically get one of the last scenes shot. Ironically, it's Peter Jackson filming Elijah Wood writing in the book as Frodo, and that was Elijah Wood's last day of shooting completely, as in finishing the entire trilogy. And he's just writing in a book. It's not exactly strenuous. He's not doing anything. There's no dialogue. But Peter Jackson keeps making him do. He goes, yeah, okay, just do one more. Yep, just do one more. To the point where it's kind of like not even looking at the cameras.
He's just making me do this.
And he knew, he was like, we're gonna end the movie when I say cut.
It's
and
over.
Then he just gives a very calm sort of like, check it. All right, we're done like this. And it's a really wonderful moment. But the fact that it comes at the end of all the extras,
holding on to that moment as long as possible.
And you're with him on that. By the time you've watched all those extras on those movies, there's an abundance of stuff on there.
There's not many film documentaries I do actually get around to watching, because obviously I'm so invested in film. I purposely did it with the Aliens one because I'm such a massive Alien fan. They do it with The Thing, I'll be there, and I'll try and get as many as I can. But two of the best documentaries I've watched recently that technically aren't film related, but they are the Val Kilmer documentary.
That's great.
I think it's absolutely outstanding.
Michael J. Fox one.
The Michael J. Fox one was brilliant as well. Sorry, I totally forgot about that one. But the most recent one I watched, which was on Netflix, was the Gene Wilder one.
Yeah, that was good as well.
The Gene Wilder one was absolutely amazing as well. Yeah, there's probably loads that I'm completely forgetting. Like you said, Evil Dead, Bruce Campbell kind of documentary.
The Jaws one is great.
Yeah.
I was trying to think there was another one.
There's a few good ones on Netflix as well, because you get like movies that shaped us, and they go through a bunch of like slasher movies and stuff like that.
Rocky's behind the scene documentary I watched on fucking Sky.
I got that.
That was fucking amazing.
I got the 5 disc. Yeah, I got the Blu-ray set of the first 5 whatever.
All the stuff that
6, sorry.
All the stuff that Stallone went into to just get his movie made.
Yeah.
It's just fucking outstanding.
Yeah.
That's how I know fucking good movies, okay? Rocky's a good movie. Covenant and Prometheus aren't. They're not as good as Rocky.
Great question, Coke Dude. Thank you.
Sorry.
Rocky's a great movie.
I know, man. That's why I balance these things.
All right. Next question is from Craig's house.
What up, Craig?
If you watch the Alien franchise timeline-wise, never watching any of them before, what do you think you would make of it all? Well, if we started with Prometheus, and then into Covenant, and then got to Alien, I'd be like, where's the black goo?
Yeah.
And in Aliens, I'd be like, what's this queen?
No, you wouldn't. Now you'd be in Romulus. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. But then you get, to Aliens and
like,
go,
where'd it go
again?
What? I'd be really freaking confused.
Yeah, I would.
I think I'd be really confused.
That is an interesting.
We're gonna have to find someone that's not seen any of the movies and do it as an experiment.
My kid's calling me. So you carry on.
Kid
no worries, my dude.
Yeah, like you said, with new audience members sitting there, they'll probably accept the goo as a major plot point over anything else in the older movies because these movies are a little bit older. But I think as they get older as well, like much of us, you'll watch like good acting and good kind of special scenes in the background without the need for CGI or like massive huge production stills,
Yeah.
I know Ridley Scott does great with visuals, but
it's all good.
My daughter rings me at 11:30. I'm like, what?
An emergency.
Just because something looks good in the background, it doesn't mean it's gonna work well up close.
But yeah, I think they would make less sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question, though, Craig. It's interesting to think about, though, and we just need to find someone that has watched them in chronological order and not release order. But yeah, it's hard to gauge.
It's probably a Tibetan monk we can find.
Alrighty. Tough question from Crystal here.
What up, Crystal?
What's up?
Which 10 changes would you make to Alien 3?
No studio involvement.
Yeah.
David Fincher has complete role.
creative
control,
and directorial control. Sigourney Weaver's not allowed to be producer.
Yes.
Okay, you beat me to that one.
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver.
We're sharing the 10, okay?
Yeah, we're sharing. This is all our 10. The Alien is a combination between practical effects and computer.
Keep it all practical effects.
Yeah, but like we said, the problem is with what we got now is when they try to superimpose it, it doesn't look right. So that's
do it better.
Get good,
right?
Yeah. Get good.
Are we killing Hicks and Newt still?
Yes.
Are we saving them?
I would like to. But I'll go for a consensus vote as long as the story works. Yeah, keeping them alive.
I mean, I appreciate it where it is, but if I was retconning it for the purposes of history, they're living.
But then, like I said, it's got to work story wise.
I know.
Got to work story wise.
So Newt's got to be attached to her at the hip, basically.
But yeah. I would
keep Hudson kind of injured as well.
Keep Hicks. Hicks.
Hudson,
sir.
Yeah. I'm really retconning it. Yeah, sorry. I would keep
Hudson lands on the planet. Like, how do you get there?
Yeah, they pull him through the grate and then he falls to the floor. I need to know. I need to fix the opening. I need to know who gets the chest burster in and how the face.
Where those eggs come from? Yeah.
Like I know the Queen laid. I tell myself the Queen laid the eggs while the dropship was going up there, and so the eggs are inside the leg part of the dropship. But I don't know how many eggs. I don't know how many facehuggers.
What if it was black goo?
I'm gonna black goo you in a minute.
We can bring it in.
Who laid the black goo? Who laid the black goo?
Fell out of the Queen.
The black goo just fell out of the Queen, and then it crawled around, and it made a face. The facehugger grew from the black goo, did it? Yeah. Right. What is the point of a facehugger if you got the black goo? The whole point.
I didn't say it was going to make sense.
It's a fucking. No, you fucking done it now, right? Okay. If you just take the black goo from Prometheus and Covenant and shove it into people, it makes aliens, right? You don't need fucking eggs. You don't need fucking facehuggers. You don't need fucking chest bursters. You just need to take the black goo and inject somebody with it. That's why the black goo is fucking pointless, because it ruins half the alien cycle. You don't need an alien queen. You just need to inject somebody with black goo and they turn into this weird hybrid thing that gets usually blown out of an airlock, right? Okay, you're not a xenomorph, but it's not making facehuggers. It's not a chest burster.
Agreed.
So, but it ruined. But then that diminishes the first two movies, because that was the whole point of John Hurt's big death sequence was a chest burster.
Yeah, Charles Dance. We're not killing him off so soon. He's staying to the end of the film.
Yeah. What are we on? 7, 8?
There's also from what I was discovering when I was looking at the old reviews for Alien 3, there was quite a few comments that really disliked the autopsy scene because of
that hurts. That's
cracking the chest.
The cracking of the chest. But there was a lot of people that were really upset with the nudity of a dead naked little girl.
You don't see anything,
and they've probably got a problem.
Yeah.
So,
you don't see anything.
Yeah,
but it's an autopsy.
Yeah. Ripley, and it is horrifying.
Ripley needs to see that there is no chest burster in that body.
Yeah.
And by doing that, you have to open up the body because the fucking planet doesn't have any X-rays.
Do you know what's funny?
I
don't mind that scene, but that's interesting is that you could have done that scene with sound effects alone and it would.
Yeah, because the sound effect is
I got a problem
horrifying.
Why didn't you just heard the knowing that it's like it's a child and that they're literally like.
She could have just. She didn't need to do an autopsy though. She could have just taken the body to the EEV and got that thing to scan it.
Well, I mean, she got that pull at that point when it's in the body's in their custody.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's not going to get out of the morgue.
That corpse. That
they're like. She convinced him to crack open the chest, dude.
Because that's a doctor and an
potential
autopsy,
cholera.
Exactly.
Yeah, true. All right. Okay. Yeah.
And there was somebody also pointed in the chat. How about the attempted rape sequence of Ripley? Keep or stay.
I would. See,
or remove rather.
See, I mean, like, I'm the worst for those scenes. I can't stand them in movies. However, it makes it
work.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
For the context of what those people are, and also it's like, without being funny, it's not horrifyingly bad. It's not gratuitous. It's handled in about as good a way you can.
What that sequence also does that a lot of people
surprisingly,
forget.
I got a problem with it.
I think the sequence works because it's supposed to show you the horror. You know, these prisoners are supposed to be the worst thing on the planet, and actually, as the audience, you know they're not.
Yeah.
But what you also get
is... It would almost be stupid if you didn't touch on the fact that it's like, there's a good chance
attempt to.
Yeah. Stupid to not touch on it in a way.
What saves Ripley?
Is Dylan.
Is Dylan. When Dylan comes along with that pipe and he shows Ripley.
Educate some of the brothers.
Yeah.
Bits on it.
I told you I'm a murderer and a rapist of women, but actually, while you're on this planet, I am going to do my best to protect you. Somebody else brought it up in the chat that they thought that actually the Dylan death was really quite weak because he was able to take on an alien. He doesn't fight the alien; it jumps him. Watch that sequence again. It's on him. All he's doing is holding
the best you
got?
He's just talking shit while
he's just
all
in there. He is getting killed, but he's just holding it there. So yeah. I think. And what I wouldn't change. I would keep the opening music.
Oh, the music staying.
Yeah, music staying. Music staying. Final message is staying. Keep the ending where she grabs the chest burster.
Ripley's still going in. Yeah, I'd still say Hicks and Newt survived. Ripley gone. Like I'd still keep Hicks and Newt alive, but let Ripley go at that point.
Actually,
there's your franchise, motherfucker.
Saying that, you give Hicks Morris's position at the end. Hicks and Morris jump up onto the thing, but the gunners come down, and as they go to shoot at Hicks, Morris, he has his redeeming arc and goes, no! And takes the bullet for Hicks.
Yeah.
Falls down, he dies, Hicks is in control of the thing, but him and Newt watch Ripley fall into the lava because she's got a chest burster in him and she dies.
Yeah, that would have quite an emotional impact.
But you would still feel kind of horrible because you don't know what happened. You don't know what will happen to Hicks and Newt as they go. Are they going to be killed off? They get liquidated?
Yeah, they're going to be dragged off and silenced by the company. Yeah. Right. Great question, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Last question is from Mitch Mungo.
What up, Mitch Mungo?
What is the best movie monologue you've ever seen on film?
Jaws is pretty good.
I was going to say that was one of my first ones. Was Jaws.
Army of Darkness with the shotgun. Like I said, that speech with Ripley from Alien 3 where she's just like, crew expendable, Marines expendable. Do you think they'll fucking care about you?
Yeah.
The final speech by John Candy to Steve Martin in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Don't make me cry.
You want to fucking cry?
Did you see that I Like Me mug from it was in Deadpool?
The speech by the wrestler to Marissa Tomei at the end of The Wrestler, where he basically tells her that he doesn't get hurt out there, he only gets hurt here as well. I could go on for fucking hours.
Keep going.
Shaun of the Dead, where he's like, dogs can look up.
I Know Now Why You Cry.
Team America is a pretty good shout.
Team America is fucking,
Independence Day does count. That's a great speech.
Independence Day does have a good one.
Absolutely.
You know what's a really, really good one as well? Is
fucking Al Pacino, man, in Any Given Sunday, just like, that'll get you fucking dick.
I was about to say Al Pacino and De Niro in Heat, where they have that little coffee shop thing and they're looking over from each other. If I have to get away and you're standing in my way, I'm going through you.
I love the fuck you speech or monologue from Edward Norton in 25th Hour.
Yeah.
In the mirror towards the end of the film.
Oh, fuck.
It's a great moment.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some good. Now you said Edward Norton. There's
a lot of them in Fight Club.
Yeah, as well. Yeah.
A lot of bangers in Fight Club.
Nice.
But you take any really good movie and you watch the actor talk.
Mm-hmm.
And if it holds your attention,
my favourite one is Parks in Red State when he gives his fucking sermon.
Yeah,
and I swear that thing is 20 minutes long, and it's just it's fucking brilliant.
Great delivery.
I saying that I got another good one as well. Kill Bill Volume 2, the story about the goldfish.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, with the little girl. Yeah, that's brilliant.
The whole time he's just making the sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blade Runner, Roy Batty's ending speech. See, that for me, dude, that's right up there with the Indianapolis speech in Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
I think on any given day, like today, the moment I finished reading the question, I went straight to Jaws, and Andy said it straight away. But on any other day, I would have gone straight to Roy Batty with Rutger Hauer's delivery at the end of Blade Runner. I think is more beautiful and poetic than the darkness that is the Indianapolis story.
That's a good pull. The gold watch in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, that's
nice.
Good one. Yeah,
nice. Great question, Mitch. Good
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and that's going to bring us to the end of the Q&A. Ian, Andy, it's always a pleasure to do this podcast with you guys. Everyone that's been listening, thank you for making it all the way to the end of this podcast. We don't know when we're going to be back. We're going to be aiming to be back on
Christmas.
Before Christmas.
Yeah, definitely doing one for Christmas, yeah.
But until then, please do enjoy our film reviews that go up live on YouTube on Thursdays. You can find us on Facebook, on X, on Patreon, and on Discord. All the links are listed below.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.